Hey, huh, thought I was late. I'm like 10 seconds early. 10 bonus seconds. All we forgot to do is flash, flash, flash. Thank you. Otherwise, how will we know anything's happening? Okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'm going to have to repeat myself an infinite number of times over the next hour. And I'm going to have to repeat myself infinity plus one over the next 2 hours. Here's how it's going to go. Today is, of course, giveaway day. Let me grab the guy. Y'all are here early. You get the early, you get the advance announcement. Okay. MKRC is handling the duties again of who is in the giveaway. Okay? Anyone who puts their name up for entry before 1 p.m. Pacific, which is 1 hour from right now. Well, it's 59 minutes from right now. Just make them, they're not eligible anymore. If they say enter me to win between noon and 12:59, ineligible. We are going to be taking names, and by we, I mean MKRC, because he's kind enough to do this, between 1 p.m. and 1:59 and 59 seconds. There will be a 1 hour window to enter, to say that you want to be entered. No more after, none before. Between 1 and 59:59. That's so before we get to that, this guy is indeed RTR. If you're not familiar with it, there's been videos. What time is it now? It is 12:02. So effectively 1 hour from now, whatever time it is where you are, add 1 hour. We go from there. So it's RTR. It is a V2. I mean, you know, it's how I get rid of my, it's how I get rid of my old radios. It's how I justify by, yes, the wheel will be starting absolutely fresh wheel. And it's got foams. So it's RTR, and it's better than if you, well, it's certainly better than if you were to buy an Element, because there's a Fusion in it, Amazon Blue case, nicer tires, the shocks are all done up nice. This you could absolutely take out on the trails and do the stuff as is, but I would buy some silicones. Yeah, the only difference, and the V2 has already been back converted to run on AA's because I don't know what y'all's situation is. The only problem with the V2 is it doesn't have that one extra layer of channel mixing, so that I can't just set up cruise control on it. That's the only reason I'm replacing them. This one isn't even a very old one. Does it have its date in it? No. This was, I think this might have been Yella's radio. Or Jake's. Yella's or Jake's. One or the other. Anywho, this thing is ready to go. I don't have the big silicones not in use to fill these. So, thank you to all the people who are just throwing money around. Jimbo throwing down $20 to help with the shipping. And, you know, I don't think I hide it. What I say is, man, it's just a lot less work for me if someone from the continental United States wins this thing. The lower 48. If somebody in the lower 48 wins this, the shipping cost drops by 75%. I don't have to fill out a customs form. Okay. Before I get involved, and I have stuff that I need, well, I have stuff that needs to be done. It's not critical that it need be done now, right? That's why it says sticking to the classics. So these are G-made, all plastic beadlocks, all the hardware. They've never even been opened. They are from the free bin. I'm trying to lighten the free bin. The free bin weighs like 40 pounds. When we get to the part with the tires, any tire that is not claimed is going in the pit. That's just how it is. I don't have room for all these tires. And not all of them are bad. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at what's behind me. Most of them aren't bad. We've also got, these are the four-wheel steer Capra. Four-wheel steer Capra. Brent, like, never even got run. They've been rattling around. And then lastly, in wheels, we've got Mias true beadlocks, where you have to put all of those screws. Let's see, did I get camera 2 lined up right? Yes. You have to put all of those screws in to mount these. Somebody got time for that, but it ain't me. So those are up. As per usual, it's, cover the shipping. Boom Racing Aggressors have been at the bottom of the bin. If you want to buy the Boom Racing Rainforest Challenge rig, you can get those tires as an option. I would recommend not doing that. I don't remember which Mix Racing these are, because they just say off-road on the side. Mix Racing off-road. If somebody doesn't take them, the foams come out, they go in the pit. The mentioned a couple times before, the big dogs Showdown CR 2.2s. One of them has got a chunk of its beadlock missing. It'll still mount up just fine. If nobody takes them, they go in the pit. I don't have any room for them. Recently tested 2.2 LP Baja Pro X, which are just Super Swamper with the $sign. Good old Rocks tire. These are only they're just over 5 1/4 to 5.3s. They weren't catastrophic. They're not great. Not that I would recommend the Pro X for any kind of rock crawling application anyway. The La Fainas, which actually did reasonably good. Like, this is just a straight 2.2 5 1/4. And these actually weren't bad. I just definitely don't have anything to run them on. Oh, MKRC says he wants the Mias. And if MKRC is kind enough to do the names for the wheel, he gets them. Easiest one of the day. Done. And then, how do you feel about the 2.2 axial ripsaw? Let me know how you'd feel, because I have 11 of them. You can't pick and choose. That's the deal. If you want a 2.2 axial ripsaw, you get 11 of them. And I will tell you, why 11? So we've got foam, 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 foam. This is the set that was tested. This was the quick viewed set. Then we've got these 3. Someone sent in these to be tested 2 years ago, but they only set 3 of them. So they just sat in the drawer. They sat in one of the drawers. And then I have a set that is still glued on. And honestly, truth be told, very much truth be told, I really don't want to unmount them. So the easiest way to get around that is to make it someone else's problem. Oh, almost missed it. Trail burner bees. Trail burners. These did fine. I can never remember how this thing opens. Oh, there we go. I think I ripped it the first time I opened it. Look how good the packaging. So good. Trail burners. They're a bit What? That's bogger? It's a little bit like a bogger. Give yourself the opportunity to take your first shot at the Tennessee cut. If you don't want to cut up some G8s, get some trail burn herbs and get on the Tennessee cut. And they come in a neat box, which I will probably just wrap in tape and stick a label on the outside of, because that's how we do that. I almost missed it. It's because they were in a box. They snuck up on me, the burn herbs. This is, I mean, maybe one of you is in there, right? Maybe there's one of you in there. When I bought the controller to run the winch in my still 1/3 finished TI Fury, it came with a thimble. It came with that. That is a Rocket Gecko 1212 of 3,500 kV. If you participate in that stuff we don't talk about, just let me know and I'll send it to you, because I will never, ever, ever use this. I bought it for the controller, and I want to say that at that time when I ordered it, the controller, the system, cost the exact same as buying the speed control by itself. So there's that. The other one is, okay. These are, okay, first question. Do you need heavy springs? And when I say heavy, I mean 2 pounds or heavier. 2 pounds per inch or heavier. If the answer is yes, then absolutely let me know, because behind me on the bench are, oh God, I don't know, 60 or 70 springs. Because I continually order Traxxas GTS from Jenny's, like these are no band Traxxas 13x60s, 2.4 pounds per inch. So many. There's probably 4 sets. There's 4, maybe 5 sets over here. I also have, I don't know if it's just a pair or a full set of Blue Band, which is the next rate up from the 2.4s, and then the Clear Band from High Trails. I have 1 set of those. I've got a pair of Yellow Band Axial. These are the 13x70s. I've got a set of, I've got a set of the Green Band, which are, I think they're the slightly heavier ones. Yes, I want to say these are 2.6. Of course, the 13x54 2.1 pound that comes on all of the Traxxas, of all the classics and the Phoenix. I basically never use these ever. And I have 1 full set of the firmer. I think these rated to 2.6 pound. These are the 13x45s that come on the 80 shock. So Phoenix Portal, they come on the Phoenix Portal. Have a set of those, and then I've just got some other randos over here as well. If nobody claims these, I don't have enough room on my shock wall, and yes, I have a wall of springs. I have a spring wall. These are all just getting unceremoniously dumped into the bottom of the free bin, with all of the other things probably never to be seen again. So for now, we will just do what we do. We'll reload the free bin, and then I can take stuff out as it is mentioned. I'll leave the springs over here, even though not the red band. Red bands are 1.2. Nothing over there is basically lighter than 2 pounds. I don't think anything is lighter than 2 pounds. And I very, very seldom use springs above 2 pounds. And when I do, it's almost exclusively Element. Some Traxxas, I've used some Traxxas clears. I mean, this is the size of the E-bin, of the free bin. It weighs 30 pounds. So, I'm getting rid of some of that stuff. Oh, and the red ones. 2 people sent in the red ones. I like them. I don't know why people are so averse to them. I don't want to throw these in the tire pit. They're brand new, and they're pretty good. You do need to cut the lugs to make them work better. But there you go. There you go. The more of that I can get rid of, the better. I mean, I guess I could make door stops out of some of the springs, at least those high trail springs. I gotta remember to go from the other side. Oh. So, we all knew that it was inevitable. She drove. All right, Mr. Hurley wants the Reds. Awesome. And I know for sure I'm getting rid of at least 3 things today. She drove it once, and we knew. You were with me, right? You all recognized the absolute inevitability of it immediately, right? Like, we knew a 2-speed was going in. And if I have to take the whole gearbox apart, because the Vanquish gearbox is built back to front, basically, might as well spend more money and put an aluminum motor plate on it. And the panhard mount on this vehicle, don't tell the rest of the fleet, they don't know. When this was built, I didn't buy a kit, if you will recall. I took a body and I ordered the plastics, and I had all of the stuff in the middle. You know what I didn't have? See, here's the real problem. Nope, that's zip tied. Okay, I said it's not gonna happen today. I'm gonna leave myself a free pass. But I need to put the Injora magnets so that I can actually just remove this without unplugging everything. I'm going to go ahead and say that's not going to happen today. The bench cam kind of washes out the color. Yes, that is because the overhead lights, what's above us, are the daylight spectrum, the 6500K. And the reason that all of the lights in here are 6500K, they're all LED tubes. The shed dates back far enough to where it overlaps the CFL era. Do you remember the compact fluorescents? It predates to that era. So when the LEDs came out, I was like, oh, that's a lot less wattage. And Lowe's was blowout clearancing these light bulbs, the ones up above my head, the boxes of 24 for $24, $1 per bulb. So I bought 2 boxes and used all, but I think I still have 2 remaining. I think that's all I have. I have 2 backup LED bulbs, but they're all going strong. And now, and I'm basically screwed. Because have any of you tried to go buy a shop light? Like, you know, it's got a chain that you can pull to turn it on and off, and it has 2 bulbs in it. What used to be fluorescent tubes, used to have 2 of those. Now, they're just these all one-piece units where it's the shroud, and they look like fluorescent bulbs, but they're not. They're like mounted. They're all one thing. Because I had a lamp burn out, and I wanted to replace it because I have bulbs. The ballast just went out. Go try to buy a ballast. So I had to buy a rough-in fixture that you basically have to assemble yourself and comes with no shroud, no nothing. Yeah, T8, a fixture for T8s. They're basically gone. They don't carry a shop light at Lowe's or Home Depot that is, hanging on a pair of chains. It's got a ching, ching, ching to turn it on and off. No, it's all one piece now. The ones in my garden shed are of that new variety. Horrible. So we are where we are. Oh, half completed thought. Oh, look at this. I didn't leave just one battery in here. I left all the batteries in here. That's awesome. Should probably... Well, I didn't leave them plugged in. So we're ahead of the game there. 36% on that. That's a little bit below storage, but it's okay. And the front battery is at 76%. We should probably throw some pixies at that. Oh, there's quite a lot of... It's quite sandy on the inside. I'm going to hit it with air, and it's going to make the compressor turn on. So just be aware. I don't want to dump sand everywhere. All right. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that we're just not going to get to. We've got several of those chain lights, CFL lights in the ceiling. They're all different shades. Yeah. So these are 6500, which is the way up at the end. So the light is it's white almost to blue. It's very white. And it took me several months to get used to it. Like, it looked weird to me. And now, when I buy bulbs for any of my little work lamps, my little point of use lamps, they're all 6500s because it really is. It is better to work by. If you buy any of those like sewing lamps or like OT lights, if you buy anything like OT lights, they're all 6500s. And I understand why now. I mean, I didn't use that spectrum of light forever because it looks terrible. Did Mrs. C name it? Yeah, Sky is what she called it. Sky is what she went with because it's kind of blue like the sky. Yeah, anyone showing up presently, there's no giveaway until... No names go in until the 1 o'clock hour. There's still a bunch of sand falling off of this. What are you gonna do? We're gonna make a big old mess. You ready? It doesn't hold that much. It didn't hold that much. I've still not completed the thought that one of these bags, this one right here, I had to go to eBay. I had to go to eBay to find a panhard mount. They're like out of stock everywhere. Well, they're not out of stock directly from Vanquish, where they charge $21.99 for a panhard mount. I mean, it might not be a crime, but it feels like a crime. Some of these are like, it's big sand. Like, to scale, these are rocks. We'll just get it down there. We'll leave that little sand line there. For those of you crime adjacent for a $22 panhard, yeah. You're not doing the element panhard swap. I've done it before, but this was, I think it was like $20, and I just dropped it. I cut the end of the bag off. Oh no! I stole her panhard mount from another vehicle. It's gone. It's gone. That panhard is gone. I didn't realize that I cut the end of the bag off. Oh no. Come on, universe. This is untoward. I found this shock spring down there. Let's see how much stuff I find. Oh no. Oh. Gee. It's all the way behind me. All the way behind me. Whew. That was fun. You know what? Yeah. Let's do it. I stole this panhard off of another rig. Because I was like, we need to run that thing. So there's another VS410 chassis rig in here with the front axle just floating all over the place. Did you cast or flip the giveaway? Yes. Yes. And shortened, did all of the stuff. Shortened the tie rod, shortened the rod ends, did the whole business. I want to order a spare panhard for my Axial Basecamp kit yesterday. Next shipment is 9/20/26. There's an upcoming Turistas where I have recently been informed that you can procure the cage for a Ghoulie Moo for about $35. Just the cage parts, right? Which are sold in, of course, in the infinite and divine wisdom of Axial. It's sold in 2 bags. The outsides of the cage are in 1 bag, and the parts that go in the middle are sold in another bag. The next estimated shipment of the middle pieces, July 26th. You can order the outer pieces today. I start to feel like, I mean, part of what Horizon is doing has to be intentional. Yeah, a lot of Axial parts are basically available, ... at some point in the future. They did it to the base camp as well. Here's what they did. So I have mentioned probably too many times that currently basically the best dig you can buy is the dig on the LCXU, because we've got that, it's got more dogs. It engages more quickly and disengages more easily. So it used to be that you could buy the dig mechanism in a bag. It was like $46 or something like that for the whole dig apparatus. And it had the output gear and the plastic and the servo mount and all of the stuff. Now, Axial has split the dig unit in 2. So part of it is in 1 bag and the other part is in another bag. It still costs the same amount of money if you add the 2 together. So they're not profiteering that way. But you can't put dig together without both bags. You can't use any of the parts from dig bag 1 or dig bag 2 without adding dig. Neither of them function on the non-dig gearbox. So why would you split them into 2 part numbers? It makes absolutely no sense. I genuinely expected that when they split it, it was going to cost, $1 more for bag 1 and $1 more for bag 2. So you're actually inevitably paying $2 more to incorporate dig. But not even designed to break. It's literally just the same parts. They just divided it into 2 bags. It was doing absolutely fine as one bag. Duh. Axial has a history of making decisions. Like, why is half of the Ghoulie Moo cage in one bag and the other half of the cage is in another bag? There's no chance that you would need half of the pieces for the cage. Because, in defense, you might say, well, what if you broke one, because, the sides are like the rift, where it's the full side, or like a capper, it's the full side. Well, maybe you broke one of the tubes on the side. Well, both of the sides are in one bag. So you're buying a whole bunch of stuff you don't need. Who knows? Yeah. Axial is 7 squirrels in a trench coat. And we shouldn't single out Axial. As easy as it is to single out Horizon. Element is putting parts that not that might self-destruct, parts that will self-destruct in their gearboxes, and you can't buy the replacement parts. The XF forward gears have been out of stock globally for, I would say, all of this year. I would say all of 2026 they've been unavailable. Those gears, and there's another pack of gears. Some of the Element stuff came back in stock on A-Main, and I got my hopes up. And then when I looked for the gear, still out of stock. With no, at least Horizon can do that for you. Horizon can be like, yeah, sorry about that. We don't have any, but we'll have them in July, 3 months away. But Element is just like, we don't have any, neither do you. And then we just sit, we wait. And in some amount of months, we might be able to get them. Oh, the Element BOGO. Okay. For those unaware, is it on their webpage? Can I bring it up? LA and RC. You got to make sure you go to the associated one, otherwise it's the fake site. So the spring cleaning sale. Oh, it loads so fast. Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right. Over here. This is right. All right. Buy an Enduro Comp Fox. Get a Cattleman kit for free. Now, or buy a rally car and get another rally car for free. Buy a Hoonicorn kit, get a Hoona truck kit for free. And it leads off with buy the Datsun and get a Nissan. This is the one that we're more interested in, right? Okay. $400. Element is still pricing both of these at $400. Okay? They might have sold, if they've sold, honest to God, I mean this honest to God, if they've sold 1,000 Cattleman kits, I would be flat out astonished. Absolutely astonished. Now, here's the thing. At $399, a Comp Fox is not worth it. Like, the Comp Fox has, you know what I can do? The Comp Fox, look at this. I go, what? Technology. The Comp Fox feels so half-assed. It is the worst implementation of portals that maybe any of us have ever seen. But yes, as Dalek Boy points out, at $198 each, not bad. Because if you take, my finger goes behind it. Make it so my finger can go in front of it. If you take the chassis and the gearbox and all the gubbins from this one, and then you take, nope, this is impossible. If you take the axles and all the stuff from this one and you combine them together, can I point up from the bottom? No, it goes behind. So if you hybridize the two together, you've got something pretty good, and you still have a full Stealth X, like an unbuilt Stealth X, because they have the same gearbox, except for this guy has the motor flip unit. And the motor flip, if you want to just buy the motor flip parts, here's how you talk yourself into a deal like this. Here's how you say, oh yeah, mouse pointer, I guess would do it. So these parts right here, these little bits, and then that gearbox, you will spend like $125 to buy just those parts. And then, as we know, factory team shocks go for, are they $89 now? $89.99 a set? It's $90. So that means if we're talking $400, well, big pointer. If we're talking $400 for the two together, now there's some value, right? The body on that TT is still crap. It really is. If you Velcro mount it on the sides like I did the Pickle, it'll hold up. Don't install the roof rack. Just throw the stickers on it. You can dye the axle bits should you be so inclined, right? It's a really overpriced, this guy is a really overpriced Enduro. That truck should well and truly be, I'd go as high as like $299. It should be $100 cheaper than it is. Yeah, see, there you go. American with the writ neon pink. Yeah, it is one of the only reasons for the white plastics. I don't think anyone is going to run that white. They're going to dye them into some other color. And then you're going to get to the fact that inside this guy right here, none of the oranges match. The shocks don't match the chassis. The chassis barely matches the sliders. The shocks don't match the little turny bits that go on top of the knuckles. None of the oranges match. If you are ever in the position to open up that Cattleman kit and look at what's in the box, you will be aghast. You'll be like, how could they do this? My mom drives the JLU, and the temptation to get that BOGO deal and build her a mini me with the leftovers is high. Yeah, see? At $399, we go, $399. Then you have to remember, a TRX4 Pathfinder is currently on sale for $500, usually $550. You're getting two full kits for $400, and if you just move a little bits and bobs around. Oh, and I would be remiss if I didn't point out, to convert these axles to straights will cost you about $60 is usually what it costs to convert those over. So it's not terrible. I basically throw the portal parts away. I keep all the bearings, and you get a free 2S with that Pathfinder. Free 2S! So they could do, I don't feel insulted by the buy one, get one free. I wish they had both been cheaper from the start, but honestly, well, this kit costs as much as that buy one, get one free. So, I mean, there's definitely something to it. I don't feel like they're robbing anybody. I think we're all thinking the same thoughts, right? This is not the actions nor behaviors of a company in good financial health. They're willing to take the hit to sell one, using the other as a motivation just to sell the other one. Like, it's not good. It's not good at all. I said it on the Discord because I've been thinking it in my head for some good while now. And I'll say it again now. What is happening to Element feels like private equity. It feels like Thunder Tiger is private equitying Element. This is how we lost Toys R Us. This is how we lost Radio Shack. This is how we lost Joanne Crafts. All companies that were basically doing okay. The Element website shows the MSRP for the Comfox as $1,170. That can't be. That can't be right. That can't be right. I need to bring it up. I mean, it probably is, because their MSRPs are absolutely bonkers. That would be a kit. You can't search. You can search by off-road and kit, and of course everything that comes up first, it's just nothing but Team Associateds. I haven't gotten to, on the first page, there isn't a single Element rig. There it is. I don't know, on here it's just MSRP $584.99. Oh, that's for both. Okay, yeah. MSRP for the combo being $1,170. Yeah, wild. Absolutely wild. I have to assume that's for like tax purposes. That way you can basically claim a loss every time you sell one. You can say, well, we didn't make any money on that. Supposed to sell for $584, but we can't even sell them for $400. We got to give them one free in order to get them to buy the other one for $400. What a world. What a world. I think I'm still missing a couple. Putting the drive shafts back together on a VFD is always just an absolute blast. An absolute blast. You're like, I wish I was anywhere else right now. Ba-da-ba-ba. That nice sand chunks ground in there. I can hear the hum of the fluorescent ballast, and I can smell the linoleum inside the Toys R Us. And the video games were all in those like cages, and you just had to take the little card, and then you took it up to the front, the yellow Toys R Us tag to get your video game. Warehouse space is expensive. Wouldn't surprise me if they're just trying to clear out space. Not like this. Go to Tower Hobbies right now. Open a second tab. Go to Tower Hobbies. They're having a warehouse clearance. That is precisely what a warehouse clearance looks like. Like, it's random crap. Literally. It's like the front landing gear wheel to some random thing. Some bearing kit from some vehicle that people don't own. One of these, some screws in some weird sizes. That's what a warehouse clearance looks like. If you're offering to sell off what was, I have to assume, very earnestly hoped to be like one of their flagships when they came out with the Comfox, and just, let's say it like it is. I would go so far as to say failed catastrophically, because it was apparently designed by people who don't know what they're doing, for people who don't know what they're buying. Come on. You can't bank. You can't bank on a full-blown ignorant user base forever. Why couldn't the mullet have been a carbon kit? It absolutely could have. It absolutely could have. But of all of the brands out there, none will go so far as to shrinkflate you like Vanquish will. I felt that in my bones. Maybe clamp down a little ways. What did he say? VFD with a slipper? I've still never seen one in person. That's because they give you a slipper eliminators, and I am now fully committed. I do not run eliminators on trail rigs. More importantly than on a rock crawler. Because when you're rock crawling, you're just focused. And when you're out trailing, particularly when we put this in the hands of a certain someone, she will put the hammer down. She will put it all the way down. And it's a recipe. It's a recipe for destruction is what it is. And as someone, was it Jimbo? Yeah, one exception is the VRD. I do not agree. I do not disagree. The VRD, and honestly, okay, these things at $3.99 is a little higher than I would like. But I realize the time that we're living in, right? It's not like I want more stuff on it. But I personally think if they sold this, exactly what you see right here, with these, with the portals, at the $3.99 price, I'd be okay. But they can't do that because they already made the portal kit $3.99. So then you're getting a free body. And there was a time when that's how things were. If you bought something premium, you get the premium bits to go with it. Now, it's getting to the point where getting a kit literally just means you have to put it together yourself. Yeah, trailing plus beans minus slipper. Yeah. We saw what I did to Economoo, and I did that. I did that. I almost destroyed that whole front axle. The boss gets a little rowdy on the trigger. A little bit rowdy. Her answer to everything is the beans. The one that I remember is this. Can I reach it? I don't know if I can reach it. I'm going to climb up here. If you hear a bunch of crashing sounds, it's because I fell. Oh, I made it. Okay. So this, look at the dirt level on the roof. Look at this. Unbelievable. This is an SC8.2E with absolutely minimal stuff to it except making a slidey bumper. And I made a slider for the front and a slider for the back so it could get off jumps easier. But underneath, it is basically an SC8.2E. This thing, RTR, with electronics that were functional. I ran this thing on the stock, reedy, big old, long-ass motor. I ran this thing on that reedy for several years. I never broke a single part on this. This is a 15-inch wheelbase, 17-millimeter wheel hex. It's basically a short-arm truggy. Never broke apart. That is a full cage under the body, which is why the bodies hold up as well as they do. This thing, RTR, I bought for $500. Look at the size of it. $500. Absolutely bulletproof. One of the most bulletproof vehicles ever. And then I think now, what do you get for $500? And it's not like I bought this thing in the 1970s. I bought it in like 2008. which I guess nowadays is the far-flung past. Oh, no, Mr. Hurley. The Reedy of now, terrible. The Reedy of then, actually pretty good. I want to say it was a 1300 kV, 1500 kV, because that's a 4S truck. I'm supposed to run it on 4S all the time. Yeah, I ran the stock speed control for years. Discontinued. Yep. Thunder Tiger is precisely why we can't have nice things. Oh, no. No, that thing gets to stay up here and gather dust into eternity because, you know, thanks to Thunder Tiger, I don't think you can buy a single part for that thing currently. That's why it got retired. It got replaced with a 6S Centon, which is also discontinued. Because first place is RC four-wheel drive. RC four-wheel drive are the kings of discontinuation. They love it. They love it. The last time I searched for RC four-wheel drive discontinued products, it's like 400 pages. And there's like 10 to 12 items per page. So they've discontinued like 5,000 items. Luckily, most of the parts of the Centon are still around. Yeah. Also, I got mine used, and it's got a whole bunch of hop-up parts on it. So I'm not, and I drive it 2 times a year. So it should be absolutely fine. I'm just hoping that the 2-speed won't have the issue with a bearing. Every time you pick it up, the bearing falls out of the back. That'd be great. Those look, I mean, that grease did not really stay. That is mostly clean. I can't remember how much of this I have to take apart. I've only installed one of these. It's right behind me. I am weighing the 223 Centon versus the 223 Quake. Need the more versatile rig. It'd be the Quake. Yeah. Short course trucks across the board are going to have that I set real low to the ground limitation. Did I see that Mias is coming out with H10 portals? Honestly, I think I did. That sounds familiar. And, speaking of RC four-wheel drive, speaking of Mias will assemble this whole gearbox for you so that you can disassemble this whole gearbox in order to mount it on the vehicle. And even better. Now, they're making I'm not hacking and slashing at Mias right here. They have to make something that fits on something else, right? So this is a 2-speed for a VFD. Nevertheless, here is the linkage arm. Here is the linkage arm for the 2-speed. And there's the screw that holds the halves together. Let's see if we can line it up under the... Yeah, there you go. There you go. So, to get that out, it is not optional. You've got to take apart, which is okay. You got to take it apart. You got to take it apart anyway, because they didn't put any thread lock on this of any kind anywhere. It is greased, and I am happy to report that Mias is not stingy with the grease. Look at these. Look at these huge guys. Look at those. Whee! I'm going to have to get my 2mm bin out. So little. So very little. Has the Canyon mascot reactor been drawn outside yet? Yes. Let's put it this way. I drove it for the duration of a video, walked back into this very building, and spent $100. Whoosh, just like that. $100. That fast. And I am still strongly considering getting a third body for it. That video hasn't been up yet, has it? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I want to buy it things. And we've got the solitary cap screw, because the head of the cap screw is slightly smaller than the head of a button head. So we get that. But because this is a cap screw, I got to dig around. I think I have the perfect screw for this. Here is the 12 that holds it down. Do you see the problem? Hey, man. Oh, no. Whew. Nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. No, it wasn't Clodstall. It was, I'll tell you exactly what it was. I mounted to that thing a pair of 16-turn big blocks. The 16-turn big block is not getting it done the way I want to get it done on one of these, on the 2S hard case, which that vehicle was clearly built to use, right? I could go through a bunch of hullabaloo and figure out how to incorporate like a little dropout tray or something that I could run a 3S in it, or I could go on Amazon and order 2 11-turn big blocks, which is exactly what I did. It just wasn't fast enough. I assume that the gentleman who is asking about the links is asking about this. It is an RPM shock comparator. As far as I know, it has been discontinued, and we use it to build links. Its drawback is, aside from being discontinued, its drawback is that it can only go out to about 155 millimeters. Now, if you go on the Crawler Canyon Discord, you can get the files, or you can maybe even find someone to print it for you. I can't remember. JP Wirt? Was it the man from Oklahoma? Made this. I printed this myself, which proves conclusively that it cannot be too hard. And this thing will take you all the way out to 235 millimeters. And it works just exactly the same. It's good. What I did, this is wash, effects wash, black wash. The bottle of it is over in here somewhere. I just wiped it on with a cloth and then wiped it off the rest of the way so that I could read it a little more easily. Because when it was gray on gray, it's kind of the same situation of trying to read black on black. Like if you get it at just the right angle, there's some contrast. Where's your God now? Still available directly from RPM's website. I wouldn't bank on it, because last time I went and checked, they still hadn't discontinued the KIM 134 on Kimbrough's website. And as far as I know, it's been discontinued for at least 2 years. So I think either websites are just no longer maintained, dead internet theory, or they just don't bother. I don't know. I'll still never understand. No one can explain to me to any level of satisfaction why they would discontinue the KIM 134. I would buy 20 of them today. They still show up on eBay, UK eBay, but mostly from China. And there are a couple other options. There are a couple other companies expensively. I'm not sure if it's 100% correct, but something along the lines of Kyosho. There are other companies that have made shock comparators, and they're usually fancy and made out of aluminum, and they cost $45. And I'm like, yeah, this is crazy. All right, MKRC has, yes, it is 1 p.m. MKRC has announced that his toil is beginning. Now is the time. That if you want to be in the giveaway, you tell the man, you say, I want to be in it. It looks like Andrew Moffat is the only person who has chimed. My feed keeps locking up. We've dropped 49 frames out of 118,000. Yeah, there you go. All right. Good luck, MKRC. The fact that he volunteered for this is honestly wild. So before I pull that apart, I'm not going to be able to read the chat because all it keeps saying as it goes is I want to be in it. Ooh, look at them all go. Look at them go. I think I have a screw. I've got some low heads. And if I can find them, I think I can put a low head in that spot. I think I found it already. I did. It's a little beadlock screw. A little beadlock screw from some set of beadlocks. I don't know which. But I think this will allow me to put that screw in. Am I just supposed to say I want to be in? You don't have to, Mr. Hurley. Yes. Okay, that's a real small screw. Now, does it pass? It still does not pass. I don't think there's a way to bolt it down and then put that screw in, because then you're on the skid. There's no access. I mean, that's the screw I'm using. It's a 3x8 with a low head, so it'll be better. Yeah, your name has to be blue. I mean, your name has to be green, not blue. I was looking at Mr. Hurley's name, who was blue. Your name has to be green. Giveaways are limited to channel members. We all kind of agreed, members and non-members alike, that was the way to do it. So that is the way that we do it. Yeah, they don't short you on the grease. They really do not. And fortunately or unfortunately, you have to take the entire thing apart. This is the exact process that you'd have to go to. Your name would be green. Oh, wait. Was that a Mr. Hurley thing? About green things are purple and purple things are green? I could tell Mr. Hurley that his name is green, and he won't know. He won't know. Trying not to dump stuff so it rolls into the pile of sand, which I have hubristically left on the edge of the bench here. Honestly, the whole reason that she ended up getting a classic was when I ordered the first 2-speed kit. All I did was ordered a slipper kit and front gears. And I just put it together. So I didn't even bother to take the stock gearbox apart. This is the stock gearbox. So I'm taking it apart again. We are doing a new list or going off the old one. The old one's gone. The old one is gone. All entries are right now. I can do it this way. That's what the list looks like. Yeah, your name's got to be green to be entered. That is the one That is the one qualification. I need tweezers for this. And you don't have to rush. There's no advantage to arriving earlier. You've still got 55 minutes. Gonna build on a Gold Rush chassis. What are your thoughts on Mias Nylon straights for Capra UTB offset pumpkin? I see a lot on portals, but hard to find much on the straights that aren't on a class 1. I like the straights. I like them a lot. You are gonna want to, like, I wouldn't recommend you run out and put a Fusion Pro in that. Because you're going to lose a lot of gear reduction. You're going to cut your gear reduction in half coming off of portals. And when I started, I was nothing but a portal guy. And now I feel like I don't build anything but straight axle stuff. So I'd be all for a straight axle Gold Rush. You got to drop this pin out. That's why that was why this is a big part of why I was sure to. Oh no! I want to ruin my whole day, so I'm going to walk over here. I'm going to open this drawer. I don't have one. Thank God. If there had been this part, just this part with the flats in that drawer, we wouldn't have had to take this VFD apart. We could have just copy cloned it. But luckily, when I opened up the drawer, there's no slipper shaft in there. So this nonsense is necessary. At least the work is then justified. Did I use the right pin? Where's the other pin? This pin doesn't fit in this gear. I see it now. This pin is the Vanquish. No, it's not the Vanquish pin. This pin. Let me guess. It's like 1 millimeter shorter. That pin doesn't fit in this gear either. I put an Elite on my V2 four-wheel steer way too fast. Already ordered an SE 1200. Just not sure if I should run 339 or 3. I would say 324. The only reason. Oh no, it does fit. It like clicks in. Like you gotta poke this out. If I can get it out, there we go. The only reason to run a 313 wheelbase is if you have a body that specifically wants a 313 wheelbase. If you can run 324, run it. And there's a lot of times where, depending on how you choose to center your body, you can run a 313 body on a 324 wheelbase and no one will be the wiser. Okay, I'm going to try to push this down. Dang! That was a solid snap. That was quality. What are we going to go with? Have we tested J-Concept's RM2 heavy metal grease? Let's go heavy metal grease. I've got to mod a flux brush. Definitely don't need bristles that long. We go with the single purpose. That thing literally went ka-clack. That's good stuff. Okay. So we don't have to worry about this gear popping off, I don't think. Okay, this grease is thick. And we're going to fill every tooth. Might as well. The less I have to take these things apart, the better. This grease is phenomenally overpriced. Unless it's, you know, earth-shatteringly amazing. Because somebody could come up to me and they could say, I only use this grease. This grease is the best. And I'm like, the best, you say? And then I go and I look it up on the appropriate website, and like a container this big is $25. And I'm like, okay. So that grease is so thick that like you can literally fill all the teeth with it. Just smooth that boy out. Oh, somebody don't let me forget thread lock. I'm going to need thread lock. I'm grabbing the 2-speed mechanism, and I can feel myself just filling with grease. Ooh, this stuff's real tacky. I use red and tacky. It's cheap and it lasts a while. Right behind where leftover parts is the red and tacky tube. It's not my go-to. I didn't actually notice, I didn't detect any differences between red and tacky and any other lithium-borne grease. They're all, as far as I'm concerned, they're all kind of interchangeable. Honestly, you can use straight old white lithium marine grease and be absolutely fine. But then what happens is over time, you'll develop something akin to a mental illness, and then you'll try a bunch of different greases until you feel like you've tried all of the greases in an attempt to find out, is there a best one? And in full transparency, I don't think there is. I don't think there's such a thing as the best grease. I mean, credit where credit is due. This thing snaps together. Did I throw away all the plastics? Well, we need this open here momentarily. Oh, I gotta build a tunnel too. I've already come to a conclusion that it is tunnel time, because I get real nervy about the wires. Is there a downside to using white lithium grease? No, not at all. Well, your service interval can be shorter. Like it won't stay on the gears as long in general compared to some other greases. Like I have a tube, one of those little, they go in the mini grease guns. I've got one of those little mini tubes of white marine grease that I use exclusively for the boat. Because every time you use the boat, you have to pull the flex shaft out and re-grease it. And the first time I ran the boat, I was like, okay, I'm going to listen to their instructions. I'm going to take this thing apart. But I can't see why you would possibly have to take this thing apart to re-grease it every time. I took that flex shaft out of the boat. It was bone dry. There was not a drop of grease on it at all. There was a little bit of like chunky grease at either end where it was forming kind of like a gasket. But on the entire middle of the drive shaft, you could run your finger on it and come away clean, just gone. And in my experience with just straight like marine grease or white lithium grease, that's what they do. That's what they do. Now, I had used, when I built this, I used CV joint grease, and it's not like there's a huge amount of residue left behind, but man, do these things rotate smooth. How about centered? There you go. So, mileage is going to vary. If you're using red and tacky now, there's absolutely no need to change. It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. I tend to gravitate towards petroleum-based greases because that's where you're going to get the most moly. I'm still trying to find a good moly paste, which is over 50% moly, because I want to know, can we get to a point of basically too much lubrication? I don't know if that's a thing. I'm willing to try to find out, though. I'm looking for a flathead stainless, not you, not any of you, not you. You. Nope, not you. You're from the bottom. You. That's who I was looking for. And I already put the halves together, so we gotta go down the gun barrel for this one. Little bit of purple should get it done. I used white lithium grease from Harbor Freight when I started. I hated it. Doesn't stick to gears well. I would consider Lucas. Does this wait? That's just the front gears. That's how tacky that grease from J Concepts is. That's literally the suctiony sound of the gears against one another. All right, you never know. We might get somewhere. I guess I can actually put that front on there. Yeah, it sounds like Velcro. It's crazy. Good old 12 on there. Another 12. Get the tub of Maxim grease from a dirt bikes. It's a better version of the Vanquish kit grease and waterproof. There you go. I use Multi-Pro Silver Max 3% Moly EP2. Everybody is going to have a favorite grease, and here's the thing. You can't tell anybody that that's not your favorite grease. They all work. That's literally just the front gears. I mean, any tube of grease that has the Tamiya name on it, you're going to pay that. You're paying the Tamiya tax. Does Tamiya make a bad grease? Not that I'm aware of. Do they make a cheap grease? Not that I'm aware of. I was going to take the boat out, okay? Mr. Truitt asked about the boat. I was ready and raring to take the boat out. We had some beautiful boat-looking days. And I was like, man, I need to get the boat out there again. And then what I did is I waited. I waited just a little bit too long. And then what happened is there ain't no dang water out there. There ain't no dang water out there at all. It is dry, except for the big lake. The big lake has still got water in it. But the ponds are all, we're already pretending that it's summer. The fitments of this thing are crazy. I've accidentally pulled one of the gears out of the retainer. Now I can't get the gears back. So instead, I'm just covering myself in grease, trying to put this thing back together. It's going every bit as well as one would anticipate. You know what? I was looking forward to this. And unfortunately, it looks like this bearing, I just cut the the wire tie off of it, and it looks like this bearing wants to fall out as well. So I think it's probably easier, or at least advisable, to pull the whole. I'm pulling all the gears off the back half and greasily sticking them onto the front half. And that bearing is. I feel like somebody used some thread lock because that bearing is stuck. Absolutely covered in grease at this point. Each gear, they really did stick to the Vanquish ethos, which is you can't put one part in before you put the other part in, because the bearing actually covers over the teeth of the bearing next to it. So they quite literally have to go in one at a time. And if you try to break that order, it just, make a plan. It's going to laugh at you. This is where I'm down to now. I've got the whole 2-speed basically isolated. And this time around, I was careful not to take the dog off. If you have never seen one on the inside, okay, do you see how the slidey member has a big side and a small side? We'll put it over the wood because we got big gear, small gear. The engagement point is actually different sized. When I put it together the first time, I'm not ashamed to admit it, I accidentally flipped that over and put it in the other way. And it didn't work at all. And in place of bearing plates, they're just machined into the housing. All the bearings are just machined into the housing. So no plates. And they would have to be, because how would that plate work? It'd be like, the build quality is excellent. And then we make sure all the bearings are in the places they need to be. We clicker together. And what length is that? I think I need a new. I think that screw is a different length. This is a 22. Well, we're gonna go real slow. I think it's a 22. It's not a 22. Just ejected it right out of my own hand. At least it was off camera, so it didn't happen. Yeah, MKRC is the absolute GOAT on giveaway days. That is not incorrect. So if he's getting a set of bead locks out of it, I feel like that's quite literally the least we can do. Didn't I mention to myself that I need the M2 bin? M2 bin, come to me. I feel this is dangerous. This is dangerous. I feel like I started this in the correct order, because this is the worst. This is the worst. They're 4s. I gotta pick it up. It's making me nervous as hell. All right, 1. Does he have 6 M2x4 screws? Well, yeah, if I just get into beadlock screws. Well, no, they're not going to be 4s. Okay, there's those 2. 1, 2, a 3. Come on, you got to have one more, right? That's a 5. That's an M3x5. That's an M2x5. We're going to do it. We're going to do. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do it by hand. We are indeed. Just the tiniest little bit of purple in there. We ain't going to need much. What are you doing? Sorry, little lady isn't watching from my phone. I'm putting a 2-speed in my wife's half cab classic, as well as some other nonsense. Changing the motor plate, so then I have to mount the servo. Didn't she have something else? I feel like she had something else. Oh, whatever pinion gear is on there needs to come out and needs to be replaced with a 12, I think. Well, I have to look at her spur again to see whether it's a 52 or a 56, because if I told you that I knew which one it was, I would be lying. Okay, I don't think I put thread lock in these 2 holes, so we're going to do it now. Just the tiniest little bit. Now, where are the other 2? Over here. I'm good. I'm okay. I'm still all right. We're hanging tough. I already know that I didn't put it together backwards like I did last time, so we're ahead of the game. Doesn't give us a lot of son of guns anymore. She's on a real shush kick right now. I get a lot of shushes. Yeah, it is more difficult to elicit the son of a gun. Yeah, she's trying to be more YouTube proper. Yeah, her first instinct is it's curse words. You know, the old Russian sailor philosophy. Did you get any shiny bits for her transmission? I mean, other than this is pretty shiny. All of the gears in the back end, and you know what? Look how much quieter it is put together. All of the Mias gears are really nice. They're all machined. They're not lightened, but they are machined, and they feel nice. I want to say the halves. It's too bad. We're gonna have. I mean, once it goes in the rig, it's just gonna blend in. I'm pretty sure these are 6s, and I have plenty of 6s if I can find my mind. We're down 1 set of tweezers already. Let's go with the buttons. Let's see how this looks. My wife is a therapist in a middle school, and when she's not working, she sounds like a sailor. Yeah, it's all pent up. It's all pent up inside of them because she's stuck around middle schoolers all day, so she's on her literal best behavior. Oh yeah, these are nice. I'm glad I partook of the little Amazon variety of 2mm button heads. These will look nice. I won't even mind that the tunnel is black and basically everything else about the gearbox is now silver. Well, the tubes. The tubes. If I wanted to go whole hog, I would cut new 5mm tubes in silver and then get the Krylon Fusion out and paint this tunnel silver, but it's got a pop to it. It's got a nice little pop. How many screws? 5. 5. Now we don't need to thread lock these. If this loosens up and all but falls apart, that's absolutely fine. Oh, I need an empty bin. I don't think I have an empty bin. I need an empty bin to put all the unused parts of this gearbox in, because you know how it works. You already know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that we are standoffs and a top shaft away from just building another VFD. Now, it won't, members only, fully uncensored Mrs. C. She tries to be proper. She does. I get the, I get the unfiltered version. I don't think I run the tunnel. I think these two, his and hers, I think are the only two that will have tunnels in them. I think all the other ones have been removed. And I mean, it does add that scale bit, but usually the first thing I do is remove it. Now we got a loose fit. Some 2.0s because we got to get the motor back in. And I don't want to cut all those zip ties. And I recognize, I acknowledge that my job would be a lot easier if I cut all those zip ties. I heard it. I heard that bearing fly out immediately. And it does look cool, I mean, if you're going to have something with scale accuracy, genuinely, yes, CK Graphics, you are in the time frame. There's about 29 more minutes. And then we're done. It's been well over a year since you rebuilt my Phoenix transmission, and it's not clicked yet, even though I put it through some stuff. I'd be lying if I didn't say it was a dice roll with these gearboxes as to whether you're going to get a click or not. I tightened those screws now. Well, you know what? This might work. We might have enough forward slide to where we can get the motor in there. That'd be great. I am leaving that screw out, and we are going to foolhardily try to assemble it. We're trying to get that screw in. Yeah, Mrs. C, is the Bigfoot pickle shirt an accurate depiction? It's close. Yeah. After getting the 2-speed, I've just ordered standoff, motor plate, and gears. Then I can just swap the whole thing out. That's what I did before. This was the gearbox from my classic kit. I did exactly that. I just removed the whole gearbox. And oh no, I do have a Vanquish bin. I have a Vanquish bin, which has, well, what do you know, a bunch of gearbox stuff in it. Funny how that works. So that goes in there. That goes in there. We'll put these pins in there. Hopefully, we've not ruined anything. We'll find out together. What did we have before? 13? 15. Good old 2-speed. Please let me have another 12. Otherwise, she can go 13. We've got a ton of 13s. Oh, that looks like a 12. That is a 13. We got a good 13. That's a brand new Robinson. What about this one? 12. Brand new Robinson 12. Never been mounted. Ew. Why did no one warn me? Just keep making that mess. Now, this motor plate is significantly thinner, and I, to a degree, anticipated this. So I have ordered some shorter motor screws, and I don't think they're going to be short enough. I can't remember if it was asked and it did already ask. Yes. Will the mullet flipper thing fit on the 2-speed? I don't think so. No, as a matter of fact, I know for a fact it won't. 2-speed mullet is, as someone who's built a 2-speed mullet, two-speed mullet is a bit of a question mark. Like, that's not a thing that anyone needs. That will not tighten down all the way. Dang, I wanted a flathead. I like that load distribution. Those are not going to go. Do I have anything shorter? I don't think I do. Nope. Nope. All right. You win. All right. So, we'll just do these. Dropped it. Get another one. If it hits the floor, it exists no more. That's how we roll around here. Two of these guys. And luckily, the motor is effectively captive in a VFD. So even if we don't get these things tight enough. The giveaway is this guy. Mr. C, did anyone claim the ripsaws? I haven't checked the email. I can do that, though. I have multiple devices as well. Let's see. GTS springs. I'll take that micro motor you mentioned. And the 2.2 Pro X. Anything you want to send my way for tires would be greatly appreciated. Okay, like 5 people have emailed about the little 1212. And a handful of people have emailed about the Mias, and we already know where those are going. Okay, trail burners are gone. The red ones are going to Mr. Hurley. No, it does not look like anyone has spoken for the ripsaws. What did that potato masher that rolled off the other day hit the floor? When I think potato masher, that's those German grenades. Maybe? We do have stuff roll off and never make it to the ground. If the question is, did it hit me on the way down? No. I would have effectively dodged that. Would Baseline's body fit right onto the giveaway rig without changing body mounting? Oh, that's an excellent question. And I can approach it lazier. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, but we're going to find out for sure. Because I think the wheelbase on this guy is shorter than the SE wheelbase. No, it absolutely would. Let's see. It's a little tight on the posts. I don't know why, but it won't quite. I feel like the body posts. Oh no, there we go. There we go. I think the body posts have memorized that other body. It wants, I think it's the sliders. I think I'm getting stuck on the sliders. But yeah. Actually, yeah, it would. Hey. What do you know about that? I mean, why would I say, it should not be surprising to me that Element is basically using the same post orientation on multiple things. You set it down and I watched it roll off camera with my ADHD attention. I have no idea even what it was. Your link thing. Oh, my spinner? This guy? Yeah, all he wants to do is leave. He'll just keep rolling. Yeah, I drop that thing all the time. Oh. Is your shop super organized because of YouTube? Or that's just how you're wired? I wish I could make myself a bin for everything and a place for every bin. Yeah, space is really key. Like when I built the building, I thought we're never going to run out of room. And now, I mean, all around me is nothing but stuff. I've pointed it out in other videos. You know those, I think these are Craftsman branded. You know those little containers that they have this size drawer on the top, and then they have the bigger, they have the bigger this size drawer on the bottom. Yeah, I own 6 of those. And then, you know, you've seen these come out before. There's a couple more over there. They're under here. This is the stainless one. Yeah, I own like 18 or 20 of those. And then there's bins. And then all of the other stuff is in these. Is in Servolites. Yeah. Getting to this level. Oh, and then now, Harbor Freight tilt bins. Yeah. Getting to this level of insanity, it's not for the faint of heart. Why does that not look right? Because it's not screwed together. Let's do that first. I was worried I was going to have to change out the 12s because this plate is so thin. This is the lightened plate. I was worried. There was some small amount of concern. Put the Vanquish bin away, and it's got about half of the stuff in it. I've got the bearing plates, the front. Yeah. I'm a handful. I think, I don't want to say with outright certainty, but I'm pretty sure that I can just build that VFD slipperless. I don't have the stuff to put a slipper on it. So I'm $25 away from a VFD the way I would like it. And we say a little prayer to ourselves that we haven't forgotten any bearings. Because wouldn't it be great if we didn't forget any bearings? Lock nut. Lock nut. Sacrifice ourselves. Nope, just spins. I don't like doing this, so I'm going to do it by hand. Because we didn't really have any other choice here. We had to put it together this way. So I'm going to put that there. We're going to do this. I don't want to hit it with power. Are we not in gear? Okay. Output shaft is spinning. Oh, this is what makes me feel like we've dropped a pin. I should not be able to turn unless it's dropping out of gear. There we go. There we go. Okay. We're just dropping out of gear. I got the sweats a little right then. I was like, we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to pull it all apart again. After we just went through all of that nonsense. Should have thought further ahead. What I should have done was gotten enough pieces to just build it outright. Yeah, any membership is a membership. My wife gave me the okay for an RC room if she gets a book wall. Build that book wall. I see it. Did I ever check to see if this was a 56 or a 52? It's a 52. So we haven't put the pinion on yet. She doesn't need a 12. She needs a 13. Quick note. 1356 and 1252 are the same thing. Wait. Yeah. 1256? Oh my God. Wait. Do I have a 56 tooth spur? We are off the rails. 56 right there. Okay. Then, no, I'll be happier with this. Because if this is 1256, it will be the exact same gearing that's in mine. Let's do it this way this time. Every time. Okay, not every other time. Is the PayPal Crawler seems a little too simple from a suspicious nature to accept at first. Yeah. crawlercanyon@gmail.com is everything is attached to the Crawler Canyon email. At least I think it should be. And when I see other places that haven't done that yet, I'm like, guys, it's the 21st century. It's not that hard to have everything on one email. Back when I was doing drisotope.com, everything was on drisotope at Gmail. Get a little in there, right there. I've just been blissfully ignoring the fact that we still have to set up a servo and everything else. Just plugging away here. Nice. Very nice. That's good. Das ist gut. Ah, ist gut. Where's my guy? All right. We'll just go low. We'll go real low pressure here. We're taking all the risks. We're going to kick that thing on. Is the Pacific Northwest in your sites of RC travel? I'm going to have to say that it is because, okay, you know how you people, I said it. You know, you people have been saying that she needs to, like that she's caught the bug, right? Because when she talked about traveling and whatnot, I know there's a quicker way to search for images, but I'm just going to do it this way. She went to a place called Rockport in Washington with some friends from work. They went on a little weekend jaunt, and she sent me a picture, if I can find it, of like the like rainforest out there. And her comment was literally, we need to drive here. I can only find the pictures of her touching moss. I can't find the picture of the forest. She probably emailed. Oh, is it in the group? It might be in the group with me and the kids. I'm just over here, you know. I'm taking a break. That's a cat. That's the woods with a cow. There's the tree. Yeah, she sent me this picture, and she was like, "We need to drive here," and I was like, "Oh, here we go. We've lost her altogether." And that is, I mean, you know, that stuff is the reason that this one even got built. I can't go to Canada because of the convictions. No, I can't go to Canada because I don't even have a real ID yet. She had to go through the whole thing to get a real ID so she could get on an airplane to go to Washington. That is, what did I do? All right. That's just, no, okay, I give up. You win. It won. I definitely turned it over. Like the motor got rotated 360 degrees and then it got put back into the gearbox. And now all the wires are Bosch. Double Bosch. We can get the gearbox in. We'll definitely feel like we've done something. I went 12s everywhere on this. 12. Yeah, a bunch of these 12s aren't going to go back in. Because a bunch of the 12s were from the other gearbox. Now, after we've put that many screws in, we make sure we're not pinching anything. No, we're good. And now, I don't have to worry about the whirly-twirly. I still will, but I don't need to worry about it as much. Oh! I see what you mean. Who said upside down or turned over upside down? Yeah, you're 100% right. I rotated the motor 180 degrees. The wires used to come out over here, and now the wires are out over here, which won't ultimately be a problem. I don't ordinarily have to disconnect the front drive shaft that often. I really want to mount this inside there. It's just now, yeah, I got to go through a little keyhole to get the wires on. Getting this front drive shaft in is, you know what, I'm just going to take a moment here. I don't know if Jez Boosted comes into live, but I just want everyone to know he's doing the Lord's work, making the JCon reactor manual usable. That is true. He is doing the absolute Lord's work. And it is honestly criminal that he is even he is doing it out of the kindness of his own heart, basically. But no one should have to do that. They should have given us a functional and usable manual. And what he's doing is unbelievable. Like he's rebuilding the manual from scratch. Like breaking it down into understandable steps. And everything I've seen of it so far looks amazing. This is like surgery. And now he's questioning himself. Did he put the right one on there? I don't think I did. Oh, I've done it so good. Yeah, Real ID. Down here in America, we have to have this thing called a Real ID, and in order to get on an airplane of any kind, even domestically. Yeah, I meant to do it and then just never did. Like, where am I going to go? Did you hear what Matt from Scale Builders Guild said about you? I certainly didn't. Yes, yes. So do tell. The crazier bit is he's doing this while he's at work. Yeah, I know. So how long will it take for JCon to fix the manual? They're not going to have to. Jez Boosted is going to single-handedly fix the manual. He is 100% doing the Lord's work. Like he's putting it in color, and he's breaking it down into smaller pieces. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So is Mr. Daniels going to leave me hanging? Like, I'm at least curious. You know, if you hear your name in a crowded room, and honestly, my government name, I didn't hear my government name in a crowded room until I was probably at least in my 30s. Not that common of a name. And then, I don't know, I guess it's the millennials started having kids. Somebody started having kids, and they started, my name got popular. Called you salty and grizzled because you're not a fan of Vanquish. Well, to quote the dude, well, that's just like his opinion, man. Because I don't want to be that guy, but, oh, hey, what's that? And while we're on that topic, oh, hey, what's this? If you criticize that which other people are, what do we call it? Fanatically devoted to, those people will automatically classify you as hating. Yeah, for not being a fan of Vanquish, he sure has a lot of them. I'm sure Sputter is the best example. He is definitely, if I'm salty and grizzled, then he's way more salty and grizzled. I think it all stems from you not kowtowing to the cult of V, mostly the mullet bashing. Yeah, it's still... Yeah, there is a whole lot of Vanquish here. I have bought... Oh my god. I did this in the mullet video! I'm going to do it again. I don't know if it's possible. You can let me know if it is. So, make sure... Someone needs to make sure that this makes it back to... the guy who is the guy from the guild of scale builders. Make sure this makes it back to him, because I will take great pride in being salty and grizzled, because I don't say nice things about Vanquish. What do we think is the best thing Vanquish sells? What do we think the best thing Vanquish sells is? What do we think the second best thing that Vanquish used to sell is? Could it be the Phoenix? And I've bought an Origin. That guy doesn't like Vanquish. He's only talking crap about the mullet because the... Oh, God. Just... Whenever the Vanquish people, and you know what I mean when I say the Vanquish people, whenever the Vanquish people start gurgling and burbling about Vanquish, just have it insert that thing that says, like guttural wailing. That guy just doesn't like Vanquish. Oh man. You know what's funny? Here's something that's funny. If I say something nice about a vehicle that I like, right? Nobody calls me out as being a fanboy, right? I think Axial has the most evenly tempered fan base because there are people that enjoy Axial products and they buy Axial products, but they will also actively just like, yeah, Axial can't make a shock that holds oil into it. Like, we acknowledge this. It's part of the thing. Axial makes terrible gearboxes minus the OG unobtainium diamond hard plastic 3-gear, which they just borrowed, and the LCXU. Every other one of their gearboxes is basically worthy of replacement. Capra gearbox or new Capra gearbox, not great. 10.3 slushy, ew. The absolutely comically overwrought gearbox of all time, the gearbox from the Gulimu. It's this big. That's the size of the Gulimu gearbox. It's that big. Everything that gearbox does can be accomplished by a gearbox 1/4 the size. It's bigger than a Rift gearbox. Crazy. I love my Axial stuff, but I'd never say it's great. There it is. Nobody hits a home run every time. Just remember, to continue that baseball analogy, if a man plays the sport of stick and ball and he is successful 30% of the time that he goes to the plate, he's going to probably end up in the Hall of Fame. 30% of the time. That gives you an idea of how hard that game is. Now, that said, making a shock not leak oil should not be as difficult as hitting a 95 mile an hour slider. So, I don't understand why we can't get shocks right. Now, what I should do is loose these next to each other to make sure that at full compression it's not over. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good, and we're good, and you know what else we are? We're good. Put those in phase. We're gonna make it easy on ourselves. I mean, convenience be damned. This is a drive shaft of perfect length. If you have to remove a suspension link to get your drive shaft on, but you can still get full collapse, that is the perfect length, because that drive shaft shall never betray you when out in the wilds. It is physically impossible for this drive shaft to drop apart. Now, is it a pain directly in the lower end? Yeah, well, for everybody but Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn is definitely up in that category of Stan Lee's superhumans. And he did a lot of homework. Tony Gwynn never considered himself a natural hitter. He got there via work. Now, I mean, there was definitely something to it. Tony Gwynn had every pitcher's number. Greg Maddux, the professor himself, once said of Tony Gwynn knew what I was going to throw before I threw it. They do not make them like that anymore. We're in the era of the true outcome. They strike out, they get a hit, or usually ball in play resulting in an out. Right? Like, people who get walks now are almost like a rarity. I don't own anything Vanquish and probably never will unless I win one here. I'd never buy one. Yeah, see, that's a thing I don't understand. I don't understand the, like, it's like somebody says, oh, I don't listen to insert genre of music. The whole genre? Like, I don't listen to country. I have said that my long-standing musical tastes are ABC, anything but country. But I've also said that stupid Shabuzi song, try to tell me it's not catchy, right? The balls in play for an out have gone down since they got the shift. Yeah, no more shift. But it's okay. It's okay. Because I'm absolutely, still on the baseball thing. You non-baseball people, I do apologize. But nobody wants to see outright pitcher domination. We don't want to see nothing but 1-0, 2-1 games. We want to see people hit home runs. But we also don't want it to turn into basketball, right? Hey, let's move the mound back 5 feet so all the pitchers' velocity drops 7 miles an hour and guys are just teeing off on them. So I'm on board for some balancing of the game. Keep the game balanced if possible. Oh no, I gotta open up the receiver box too. You know what? We'll be lucky if I even get to my rig. Any music is fine as long as it's not country or opera. Okay, look. If you're not... listen, Scotland. Listen up, Scotland. If you don't know who Igor is, and I believe... I'll get the spelling wrong every time. I think it's 3 R's. I think it's Igorrr. Just bring up any Igor song, like Breakbeat Falafel or anything like that. They have an opera singer in the band. And it's amazing because it's breakcore with an opera singer. So see, and I do watch the charismatic voice every now and again. She's an opera singer because I'll watch pretty much anybody who is an absolute professional, a student of what they're in. I will watch them talk about things that they are knowledgeable about. I enjoy that. Well, I won't watch, You know what this is? I won't watch every single thing that is spewed out of the end of the pipe is a game changer. It changes the game. Hey, Lost Hate, charismatic voice. And if you're a little bit unhinged, that's good too. The harpist. Emily Hopkins is an excellent example of that. Has been playing the harp most of her whole life. A little bit unhinged. It's great. And I will agree with the man from Missouri. Old country, and this is where you start to sound like an old guy whenever you defend it. If you like country music from the era of Hank Williams Sr., old country was good. You automatically, you just aged 20 years. Any youth in a 50-yard radius just rolled their eyes. So, I agree. I believe we're all embedded in our own logical fallacy, which is, music used to be better. It kind of didn't. There was just less of it. Now, music is everywhere. There's so much music out there now that more of it now is bad because it's also not tempered by time, right? We're remembering it. The rose-colored earphones are in full effect when we're thinking about the musics. Oh, these can be way longer. When we're thinking about the musics of yesteryear. If the music I'm playing doesn't have me turning the volume up, why am I listening to it? I don't disagree. There are songs that I will run across the building and crank the volume up every time that song comes on. I think for me, a big part of it comes down to this. There was a music reviewer that wrote an article around whatever year that Coachella had the Tupac and the year where Outkast performed on stage for the first time. They hadn't performed together. And he went to see that at whatever Coachella tent it was under. And he said the crowd was just dead. Because that crowd, that group of basically at that time, young millennials and Gen Zs, they didn't know what that meant. They didn't know who Outkast was. I watched, I opened up YouTube, a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago? And up in the top of my recommendations, they were streaming the Kanye West concert that was live at SoFi, right? And I was like, I'll give it a shot. It was very Kanye. His stage was a globe, and he was standing on top of it, right? And it was like animated, and there was like steam blowing out of it. And about 2/3 of the way through the show, he brings out Lauryn Hill. And she did the stuff, and she still got it. She still got the pipes and everything. And in the chat, along the side of this live stream, those people were like, who is this? And I'm like, oh, dear sweet infant baby Jesus. This stuff is not from that long ago. How do people... And I've mentioned it before. I worked at Pizza Hut. My first job out of high school was at Pizza Hut over 30 years ago. And there was a girl that worked there that didn't know who Pink Floyd was. Pink Floyd's most recent album come out like 8 years before that day. She didn't know a band that had an album 8 years before. So it's constant. It's constant forever. It's just an endless stream forever. I don't like genre wars. I don't like, somebody just said, hilarious, you would think Keith Urban is real country. What is real country? Do I still like pizza? I love pizza. Will I eat a Pizza Hut pizza? No. Absolutely not. Because I know how they're made. I know how they were made then, and I guarantee you they are not made with more love, care, and attention today. So, no. If we get pizza from a little, I guess it's a chain, but I'd call it a local chain called American Pizza Company. It's right up the street. Yeah. Don't do history. Yeah. Hot take, Nirvana is highly overrated. They were good, but they weren't as good as everyone says they are. Okay. Now, whether or not you like something or not, it's all relative. Taste is the most subjective thing that there is, okay? But trying to make an argument that at that time, right, we're talking the 80s bridging into the 90s, the impact that Nirvana had on music, and I mean all music, the impact that it had on all music is undeniable. Absolutely undeniable. The same absolute thing. Okay, so the Raccoon's hot take about Nirvana, change out the word Nirvana for 2 words, the Beatles. I've never felt anything listening to a Beatles song. Maybe it was before my time. Maybe I came along too late. If I put on Dark Side of the Moon or Wish You Were Here from Pink Floyd, I feel something. I feel something. But the Beatles, absolutely not. One of maybe the most popular bands of all time, probably. It doesn't mean I have to like it. So what Nirvana did was redefined music. Honestly, they really did. because nobody could ever fire up that record with the baby in the pool. And now we had the whole lawsuit, after, like that he had trauma or something from that. Anyway, nobody could fire up that record and say, oh, well, this just sounds like that and that and that, because it didn't. It's like on the hip hop side of it, for me, it's Wu-Tang Clan, Enter the 36 Chambers. You had hip hop that was before 36 Chambers, and then you had all the hip hop that came after that. We had never heard anything like that before, ever. Enter the 36 Chambers was a paradigm shift in hip hop. Nirvana was a paradigm shift in quote unquote rock music. And you can't take that away from them. Tribe Called Quest. So, I think Nirvana is rated. I don't think they're overrated. Here's the question. Here's the real question. When is it? Who said it? Was it Neil Young? Better to burn out and not fade away. Where do you think we are now relative to where we would be now if Kurt Cobain was still alive? What if Kurt Cobain joined Eddie Vedder as being the second grunge guy not dead, right? Because we definitely have way more grunge guys that are dead than we have grunge guys that are alive. If Cobain lived and Nirvana had put out 14 records, do we just have another similar situation to what we have with Metallica? Where I don't know, does anybody actually like Metallica? Or are they still riding the nostalgia they had from the Black Album, right? Nirvana hasn't made a good record in 30 years. There they are. Still filling up arenas, man. So the raccoon is correct and incorrect simultaneously. He has got Schrodinger's opinion. It is right and it is wrong all at once. If Cobain had lived, would Grohl have survived? I don't know. Lars is objectively a great drummer, but also an easy target. I don't know. Have you ever gone on YouTube and listened to the isolated drum tracks of Lars? He's not the worst drummer in the world. You don't get to play drums in a big band that long if you're awful. But look at, and here's something that will polarize the crowd. Look at someone like Travis Barker. I would argue that Travis Barker has gotten better in the years since beginning with Blink-182, right? Because the drum lines for those songs go do-da-do-da-do-da-do-da-do-da-do-da-do-da. That's all he did. He just went do-da-do-da-do-da for the whole song, right? I see him dropping in a lot with other bands, playing the drums for that track, or you find out, oh, Barker did the drums on this, and you're like, you know what? He's not that bad. Lars gets too much shade? I think so. My view is I'm glad I never saw James Dean at 60 years old on a late night talk show. Yeah, therethere's definitely something to that. For me, Barker did a drum off with if you can hold your own against Danny Carey. I think Danny Carey might be the greatest living drummer right now. And he's wired a little different because he gets real asynchronous, real multiple time signature stuff. There's a lot of good drummers out there. He plays what the song needs to be. Yeah, I don't understand the hate on well, as someone said a few moments ago, um, is an easy target. Lars is an easy target. Dave Portnoy is good. Anybody who's ever drummed for Primus is good. Brain, Tim Alexander. There's Chad Smith, aka Will Ferrell, is an astonishingly good drummer. Yeah, that drummer from Blink, Travis Barker. All right, I'm gonna get the email open and get the list for the giveaway here, and then I'll have to do my usual thing, which is I will have to go through and check for duplicates because we can't fault him. Paste 90 names before sorting. Okay. Down to 89, 88, 87, 86, 85, 84, 83, 82, 81, 80, 79. Then I got to go through and double check myself. 78. That's not bad. That's not bad. 12 duplicates out of 90. We can't hold that against him. Yeah, I just hear my odds increasing. Oh, well, okay. El Esteparo Siberiano might be some kind of robot. Oh, no. MKRC has absolutely, literally nothing to apologize for because these animals over here going up in the chat, they will say, put my name in like 5 times. So we're closed down. Everybody had an hour. 1 in 90 is the best chances we've had in a while. Yeah. And now your odds today are 1 in 78. And somebody remind me in about 8 minutes to give it an old whirl. And we'll do it. I might at least get a 2-speed in here. Maybe. No promises. That's Alex Van Halen back there, isn't it? Another of the Van Halens. The drums for Van Halen. Yeah, doing Avenged Sevenfold one-handed is crazy. Yeah, he's usually smoking too while he's doing it. I didn't need to open this. I left a thing out. But we've already opened it. So we can how about you put it through the port and then let's do that. We're going to set this up. Channel 5. And I made a promise to her that I was going to set up. I think I missed it. That I was going to set up her 2-speed because you probably heard some of the worry in her voice when she was like, my 2-speed's not going to be a find it, grind it like yours is it? I was like, I'll set it up so it'll work. We're just putting it on a horn, straight horn, no we're going savorless. Okay, so don't let me boot this thing up without adjusting the button and everything. We need to do the full channel 5 adjustment. And then I'm going to have to redo all of the wiring bundling again. But that's future me. Yeah, so it comes with all of the mechanism when you get the 2-speed. But when you buy the Injora, when you buy that half height, it has a nice little horn on it. We're gonna use that. I don't know who's in it. I went through to look for duplicates, and I think I've got all the duplicates. Because here's the deal. Here's the deal. You don't have to worry about. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be cruel. You ready? You all asked for this. Get your readers out. Wait, I'll scroll it up to the top. If you ask to be added during the 1 o'clock hour, then you're on it. There it is from the man himself. And don't forget, the next giveaway is in either 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending on how we do it. It'll either be on like the 8th or the 15th. And it's already ready. It's right over there. And then we're going to build. Did I see Stricken in here? Did I see Stricken? Stricken knows what the giveaway is the month after that. I have cataracts. Ain't no way I'm reading that. Scroll down to R, please. Are you looking for RC Maniac 7006? Yeah, I know I still have the picture-in-picture screen. That's why I said I'm going to be cruel. I could do this. That's not fun. We want this. Yeah, 01X Benjamin is on there. He's right there. Oh, and Team Revolt went gray. I don't see Neil Daniels on there either. Yeah, I mean, Lost Hate says I don't see my name. It's right there. It's literally right next to the cursor. Oh my God, I can't imagine that people are trying to look at this on a phone. I can't imagine what this looks like on a phone. Because mine is on like I'm on a 32-inch monitor, and that's small. On a phone, that's ridiculous on a phone. So, okay, all right. I have to go get the wife's radio. I'll tell you this. I'll give you a secret. Just look at that. Nope, go to this. We'll go on right about there. See, Bronco was like, I'm not on there. It's right there. It's right there. So like when I'm hearing people going, I don't think I'm on there. How are you not on there? We had an hour. A full hour. Brian Morrison's not on there? He's not. Okay, look. Okay, look. All right. Guys, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Like, I gave 1 full hour to put names on. anybody who, and there was a couple duplicates. There was 12 duplicates on there. I didn't delete any other names. You know what? I'll double check. I'll go back to the email and I'll make sure I didn't accidentally delete anything. I don't think I did. All right. So if, yeah, the 1 hour makes people be here for the whole stream, not just the 5 minutes of wheel spinning. Yeah. Because I will watch that number just drop directly off. Like the concurrent viewer number is going to drop by like 50. As soon as I spin that wheel, as soon as I spin it, it's going to drop by 50. Because people are, I get it. They want to see if they won. And if they didn't win, they're out. All right. So, it's 2:30. That's close enough. 2:30. Boom. That's not it. Nope. Wait. There we go. Okay. We're back. There we go. Wheel of Names. Can I make Wheel of Names any bigger? Nope. Oh, I think I tried this before. All you can make is the name smaller. You can't make the wheel any bigger. I don't understand what that is. So we're going to spin this, and then what we're going to do is I'll bring over the May giveaway, which is done. The May giveaway is ready. All right. Oh, right. We got to shuffle. Bang. No way. There it is. There it is. Okay. No disrespect. Nothing. Absolutely no shade. Nothing. I don't mean this in any negative way to anyone who follows this channel. Anyone. Thank God. Thank God. This is the best. This is the best. He has now won. He's going off the wheel, and you know what we never have to hear again? I never win anything. So we can never hear that again. Oh, and don't forget, you can all see that down there in the window, right? Where it says we have a winner. You know he thinks that's purple, right? I have no idea what color he thinks the rig is. I don't know what color he thinks this is. But we know for a fact that that band to him is purple. He wins the purple truck. The purple truck goes to the purple man. It's fully RTR. Mr. Hurley now has his third RC4GS. He's building up a collection. All those weeks of eating mac and cheese paid off. That is true. Mr. Hurley has confided to me that he has sent in money or gifted a membership and now he won't be able to buy food. And I'm like, please stop doing that. Please stop doing it. Please buy yourself food first. But then I did see his coffee budget, and that's genuinely concerning. And we go remove, although the remove doesn't matter. We remove it symbolically because it is the condition of the canyon where once you've won something, you've won something. And I have the perfect sized box to ship it in. I will barely need to break it down. And now, not only that, it gets better. Mr. Hurley has the Spider, the G-Made Spider with the 1905s on it. And what's on this? 1904s. He's loading up on G-Made tires. But how many times has he won when he wasn't here? Never. I can't remember the last time Mr. Hurley missed a live stream. He's here. I mean, he might be at work sometimes, but he definitely hits the live streams. Throw some ramen packets in that box. Yeah, for packing material. We're just going to put food in there. So, I said that what I was going to do before I set this servo up. I have to get rid of the sand. I have to get rid of the pile of sand. Somehow I lost a battery strap on the way over there. I don't know how that happened. Okay, got the rocks out of the way. So that was April. That was April. Oh, that would be some incredible pocket sand. Any interest in building a kit for me? Yeah. What do you want me to build? What is it? I'll build it. No, Mr. Hurley is Chuck. Charles Hurley, Mr. Hurley. I call him Mr. Hurley because which part of the rig goes to the ex-wife? That's brutal, dude. That's absolutely brutal. There's another Chuck. We have more than one Chuck, so I call that one Mr. Hurley. So that was the April giveaway. That's out of the way. And it will be one additional and Mr. Hurley is now working on the odds for next time with the sniper shots. 10-3 V2 with a Fusion Elite and a Flash Hobby. Oh. Jimbo with the 10. Hitting him up. Next month, the May giveaway. We will decide. We're gonna decide. Okay, in betwixt now and the giveaway, in between now and when we give away, and honestly, guys, I'm running out of room. Okay, I know what I want to give away for June. 1 month this year, we might give away 2. I don't know. crawlercanyon@gmail.com is the email. Does Mr. Hurley have a YouTube channel? Not that I'm aware of. If he does, I've never seen it. So the giveaway for next month is, and the giveaway for next month is because of the existence of this and its partner. There it is. Hashtag deal with it. There is the May giveaway. I'm just Whoa. I was like, that none of these channels are right. And it's because I'm still on Jade. I almost messed up Jade real bad. Model. So, for those who don't remember, on Rattlecat, wait, none of this is like, oh, no, I'm good. Channel 3 VR, channel 5, I want lock D. Put that to null. Okay, so for those of you who don't remember, well, the Canyon is already Red Cat free. So this is Rattlecat. I just had it in my hand. I had it in my hands. I have not once remembered to include this with a giveaway ever. I have a whole stack of them over here. And I think I'm kind of holding on to them because then there's still a little bit of them here. Missing Link, Clifford, Tapas, Randall, Lord Pennaby, Kronk. I mean, the Colonel got disassembled. So I have a lot of these from rigs that definitely aren't here anymore. I tell myself to send out the tag. Shipping is covered. Like, people have sent probably around $50 for shipping. It's more than gonna cover the shipping for that thing. It weighs 6 pounds. And I have a box right here. Yep. My kid got something in the mail yesterday. As long as the long leg of this box isn't over 24 inches, this is the box that Enduro is going in. And this box is 21 inches long, baby. That is the exact box that Mr. Hurley will be receiving that rig in. He is in Virginia. I'll PayPal now for Rattlecat, Mr. C. I want it. I mean, apparently this one, okay, this might not be the giveaway for next month because apparently Mr. Turner wants this one. So the remaining red cat is this right here. See this little clippy and this little guy right here? That's the remaining red cat. Now, this one was definitely going on the roller, essentially the roller platform. Do you want to know why? I stole all of its stuff. All of its stuff is in Mickey. So that's where I got the servo, the motor, the ESC. That's where I got all the stuff. I stole it all from Mickey. So it needs a half height, and it needs, I think you could maybe fit a Fusion, but I would say secure combo, probably a better idea. So I gutted a Amazon dig box and converted it, replaced the top shaft and converted it to run with a forward motor plate. So there's no red cat remaining. F10s with the big, I think these are the KYX knuckle weights. Chassis mounted steering. It's got built chavs. Of course, I did the chassis. I cut the chassis. I made all the little bits for it. And yeah, there it is. And M-Pro pins. It's nice. And the body that came in and a bunch of stuff that had come in from Shaker MT. One of most people's favorite body. I renamed it the Rattler. It was called Rattlecat because the Red Cat thing was very rattly. I genuinely, here's the thing. Didn't we just talk about this on the Discord? Where we've tried to give things to Mr. Turner before to yield Sawtooth Turner. We've tried to give things to Sawtooth Turner before, and he's like, no, I'm good. He's like, I just want to see it spread around. If Mr. Turner says that he wants this is no longer the May giveaway. We're gonna figure something else out, and I'm just gonna send this to him. I already have his address. Yeah, Steve Turner has basically bought that truck multiple times. Yeah, for absolutely sure. He's getting it as a roller. I'm gonna send it just like this. And this is going now to its new forever home. So I have more. Well, okay. Are you ready? Okay. Now don't turn this into a whole thing. So the giveaway for July is supposed to be this. Is going to be this, right? But I haven't detuned it yet. So this is still straight off of its skid. So there's some stuff on this that I will be keeping. Because there's some stuff that I want to keep. But tank will be the giveaway for June. I want to say June for this one. And hey, Red Cat body. We're maintaining a theme. So this is the I don't know. They make their chassis out of steel, so it's all rusted. This is that full LCG. Brazen. This is the brazen scale whole apparati. It's got the high clearance up in the front. I'm changing out the shocks. Anybody can talk whatever they want about me changing out the shocks. Oh, he doesn't really give stuff away that he likes. Those are chronics. I'm not giving away the chronics. I'm going to keep the chronics, and I'm going to put 100 millimeter. I'm going to put Coyote shocks on it. And this one is also going as a roller. I'm going to pull the servo. I'm going to pull the, is that a Pro? No, that's a Legacy 1800. So I'm going to pull the 1800. I'm going to pull the 45. I'm going to pull that. And this one is going to go as a roller. Clone the Rattler before sending it to the Sawtooth. Do I want to build it again? I don't even know if I want to say that's a good question, because I don't know. I believe it's better if I don't. I think it's better if I don't. Yeah. I like the fact that sending this off to him exactly as it is right there, that I know. What do you mean by roller? Yeah, no electronics. Yeah. As it is, but no electronics. Oh yeah, I sent you a body you can use. Yeah. Oh yeah. We can build, I mean, we've got the bucket. We've got the bucket. Like when I do giveaways, a big part of it is space clearing. His old garage spot went to Zobazu. Zobazu is now in Garage B, and then the spot that it cleared up over there and Tank's spot. Sorry, you don't just give away chronics. Yeah, I'm not just giving away $200 in shocks. The shocks that came all the way across the pond from Hizzy will go right on there. They will be correctly sprung, and they will put on there. Can somebody please tell me what the rattle body is? It is this is the Proline Power Wagon, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's the Proline Power Wagon. I didn't paint this body. I'm not responsible for the body. The body came in already done. The only thing I'm responsible for is I cut some, see, there's the old body post from whatever it was mounted to before. I notched it to fit the chassis, and I mounted this thing to the front. That's it. The body ain't got nothing to do with me. And everybody loves it, and they loved it. Comp wagon. That's what it is. Everybody loved it, and I think everybody loves this body a little bit too much. They loved it to the point where I started to develop a kind of animosity towards it. Because everybody would be like, oh man, that body is amazing. I mean, yeah, I do 1 hour paint jobs, but after you hear the 17th person go on and on about how much they love that body, you're like, you know what? I'm going to give that thing away. Well, okay, there's more thought that goes into it than that. Like when I gave away Kronk is the one that pops into my mind the easiest. I think it kind of like in the it's her, a lot of it's her. Does it spark joy, right? If the building was on fire, which rigs do I grab first, right? And Tank, where Tank's proximity, where Tank lives in there, where Rattlecat lives there, so you've all seen the garages, right? It's a big grid, right? It's a big grid. 3 wide, I'm pointing over here, you can't see it. The garage right over here is 3 by 5, 3 wide, 5 high, 5 rows, 3 columns, 15 rigs. So if I look at that column of 15 and I say, well, that guy would be first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. When we get down to the one that gets picked, 11, right? So, and Tank was the same way. Tank suffered from being immediately beside Blue Sky High, who I would save, because all of my learning, everything I think I've learned about four-wheel steer springs out of Blue Sky High. Everything I learned about the ups, the downs, the highs and lows of the Stealth XF, Blue Sky High. And Tank's parking slot is directly above Bruce. And I mean, come on. Chances are, if there's a fire, and by the way, if you ever wonder how close it is, it's that close. And there are 3 fire extinguishers in this building. You know, when you're young, people talk about having the fear, you know, they have the nightmare where they show up at school naked. I have fears because I've had a shed catch fire. So yeah, don't think I don't think about it. So if I could only grab 2, I would probably grab Bruce and Sheila. Honestly, if it was only 2, if I had to put 1 in each hand, and the thing is, where they're positioned, I would probably have to run through the fire to get to them because they're as far from the door as you can get. Actually, Nigel is the furthest rig from the door. It goes Bruce, Sheila, Nigel on the bottom row, and then right next to them it goes Jade, and then the 2 camels, and then the 2 Vanquish are directly above the camels. See, I can remember where some things are. Maybe do something with us Discord folks and everyone drives it and sends pics of where it's at. Oh, that would be neat. You should install a CO2 fire suppression system. If the shed did burn down and you lost every rig, what would you do? I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, it would just be Wheelin' Wednesday. It would just be the trailing episodes. Do you have any old SCX10? Not only do I not have any old SCX10, I've never had SCX10 axles aside from the Red Cat clones that were put under the Everest. That's the closest I've gotten to OG SCX10. I basically start at the AR-44. It's just the sheer amount of stuff that's in the building. Don't think, honestly, what would the first rig would build after the fire? It'd have to be a new baseline. Baseline's still the hardest working guy here. It would have to be another baseline. Oof. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. I'm going to be petrified with fear. There's cameras in here. Man. That thing, fire's not what I'm worried about. It's that damn tree. That tree is big. That tree is real big. What is it about the AR-45 portals you don't like? Okay. So, isn't it funny when I just have this stuff laying around? Is Mr. Turner going to Radicat? 100%. So, this is the OG. This isn't like what would come under not the SR5, the CJ7. Because they've changed this area over here. So we've got the single shear panhard mount. You notice my panhard mount is super beefy because it's got I can never remember the name of the company. Anyway, it's a cheap part. It's like $10, and then you'll never break your panhard mount off again. There's just something. There's nothing objectively wrong about the aside from despite the fact it's got it a little bit. I could probably only show it with a ruler. G-speed. That's correct. That's G-speed. You see the size of this truss, right? That's a full truss, right? Full truss on that rear axle. If I look at this thing straight down from the top, these two axles are not in a perfectly straight line. This one kind of points back a little. This one kind of points back a little. So the rear is a little bit toed out. It's not only a little bit toed out, but again, the camera will kind of bend it. It's so fine. If we look at it straight down, we might be able to see it. Okay. If we get the Mitutoyo and we put it across the bottom, you see that right there? We get the wood behind it. There it is, right there. Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see that little feather of a gap there? It's the exact same way on the other side. So this axle is like this, and like it's this way vertically. So on this axis, it's like this. And on this axis, it's like this. And it will only get worse. It just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And then you add other little stuff into that, like the fact that this portal box cover can't be used up here because the front portal covers and the rear portal covers are slightly different. It just, here's what I'm hoping. So I have these right here. And then while someone had asked a question on the Discord, I was quick enough on the trigger to obtain my trail gear housings. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these bits and pieces and I'm going to put them on these, and I'm going to see if it makes me feel any differently about the AR-45P. Now, if you want to do that yourself, I'm sorry, SOL. Mid-July, these will be available for purchase. But Jenny's had them. They had 2 pairs, and I bought one of the sets. And I think I bought the last set. Oh, they missed a couple. They dug all the bearings out of that one, but they missed the bearings. I got 2 free bearings on there. And, I mean, this is just basically, this is just turning it into an, that pumpkin looks a little, that pumpkin's a little chonky, isn't it? Maybe that's normal. So we're going to find out. We're going to find out. It's a little more beefed, but it is still a very single shear panhard mount. We will see. I'm sure you didn't like the AR-45Ps that I sent in the Caxel from my build. Mr. Hurley's AR-45Ps were like the worst I've ever seen. Like they were they didn't have play in them. They were play. It was amazing. Do I have a, no, I do not. Okay. Let's see if we can at least get the, I got half an hour, if we can get the servo centered. Okay, we're going to need to turn those endpoints way down. That's channel 5. We're going to go down to like 30% each direction. 50 seems like a lot. We'll learn potentially at least one thing today. Does anyone have a double shear axle side panhard mount though? Not off the top of my head, no. What does this guy look like? But, so the trail gear one is getting closer. See that thickness? It's probably 8 millimeters, 7, 8 millimeters. But then see how they do this little nonsensical bullpuck right here? Just make the damn thing thicker. There's 2 options. Make the thing thicker, or give us removable. I realize I just stormed off. Why are they making it seem like it's so hard to do this? Just make removable mounts. The most correctly properer, thickerer, correctorer done panhard mount is on the, and it was mentioned before that I seem to have an endless love for the TRX4, is on the TRX4. Because the TRX4 panhard mount is also the passenger side lower link mount. So if you break a plastic one off, you just buy a brass one. And then guess what? Your panhard mount never breaks again. Ever. It's impossible to make it break. I've broken the plastic one twice, and it was genuinely a cumulative stress thing where it just eventually just sheared off. And then also it's a TRX4, so the full set of brass link mounts with the panhard mount is $9, $11, something like that. What is your least favorite brand of mainstream RC crawler? If we would call it a brand, I would say Red Cat. They've never made a crawler that works right. Hey, I can't get gifted an Emily Hopkins membership because apparently my YouTube is so old I have what's called a brand account. Stings a little bit. Okay, the included horn is not going to work. The included horn would work if I need one with more drop. It would work if we only needed 30% throw to one direction. You know what? This might work. Okay, so the servo's like this. How about have it facing the correct direction, doofus? So if we go like that, you know what? It will work. It will work. I'm just going to make my own drag link. And we'll do it that way. For the comfort. You should see how Junkbot does out on the trail. Thanks for talking so much smack about the rock bumps. I just bought a set. Saw a guy go full ham into a rock the other day and broke a Vanquish aluminum panhard mount. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Don't tell that guy how to live his life. That guy's living it. I'm going to buy cheap stuff on FB Marketplace and just send it to me. Oh, man. Well, we'll build a giveaway rig out of it. I don't know if you've tried or seen it, but the DSM battery tray for VS410, battery the long way, is pretty slick and incorporates the slave servo mount. Oh. I think I have seen it. I think I know what one you're talking about. The thing of the beauty that I've got going here is that on this duo, this one, I can't believe I spent this whole time just putting a gearbox together. On this one, weight is genuinely not a concern. I'm not worried about it at all. We're gonna use this rod end. We're gonna use this rod end to see what our throw looks like and give us an idea, because we have to be a lot more careful with our endpoint settings as we're not using a saver. And I need to do the same thing to mine because I believe there's just too much play in the saver, and that's what's stopping it from working smoothly. Now that I'm looking at it, might actually be. Yeah, 50 down. 50 down. Like I said, I get it. I don't harbor any animosity. That's annoying. Huh. Can I access that? No. Oh, yes. Yes, I can. Guys, I understand that what just happened was I was thinking about it a lot in my head and not expressing any of it. But we can make this thing work. By the way, anyone thinks I purposely omitted your name from the list, I do apologize for missing a request. So bitching in the Discord does no good. I did the best I could, period. Yeah. Don't anybody say anything bad to MKRC. Look, at the end of the day, whoever complains has to do it next time. That's how it works. What's my email again? crawlercanyon@gmail.com. There were several people trying to get their names added back to the list after the allotted time. Look, from here and moving forward, from this day forward, every giveaway day, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. is when your name goes in. If you can't be there at that time, I have no control over that. I can't make you do things. So I think, and again, no disrespect intended to anyone at all, but I think the right person won today. Because sometimes we win things, and I'm like it too. I would love, every time I win something, I'm like, hell yeah. Do I need to win a rock crawler? No, I do not. As a matter of fact, I should not be entering to win them because I'm literally giving them away. I have too many. I love building them. I love driving them. I love testing them. But I have definitely come to the conclusion that I cannot keep them all. If I could shrink them down and keep them inside some sort of little ball-shaped storage device, sure, but I can't. Or if we had some sort of slip space thing like ultraviolet, great. But Mr. Hurley can definitely use this rig. This rig will go to use. And not only that, I can feel fairly confident that it's not going to show up at his house and get disassembled. So for me, it's all good. Yeah. So maybe here's what we'll do. We'll give like a buffer at the end. For anybody that did get missed. So we'll do like a 10, like 2 to 2:10. We'll do like a 10-minute where we can add people. Now, we have no idea what the giveaway is for May because the giveaway for May already has a home. It has a place to go to now. But I could honestly give away many, right? And it wouldn't hurt me because you people and me and the wife who was just in here dancing crazy a minute ago, I wished I could have just swung a camera around and exposed her, make all this possible anyway. May I have an email set up to send... May have to have an email set up to send requests to. Oh, that's not bad. I do have a website. If I could be motivated, what I should probably do is set it up on the website. Just send like a giveaway at crawlercanyon.net, right? Where people just send emails to that. We won't rule it out. This is going to be super clean. It's a little convoluted to put it together. And before I put this tray down, we got enough room. We got enough room for a lock nut up there. Hugo, damn it, come do your job. But how would you know who are members? That's a good point. I think the way now, with like a grace period, is probably the way to go. Hearing you say that out loud made me feel like maybe I might be dumb. Oh, no, I do and say dumb things all the time. It's that rare moment when we can catch it before it's out into the world. Usually, I'm going to try to put this damn thing on backwards as many times as possible. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to sink those screws down. Nope. We're going to swivel that over there. We're going to see if we can assemble a wobbler. Penalty for asking early. There's a window. I think we have to enforce the window. Can he do it? Okay, let's see. You know what? I don't need a wobbler. It's a pretty straight shot. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the 2-speed is a good idea. I don't know if I would recommend the 2-speed to anyone, much less everyone. Here's an idea. Here's a crazy idea. Insert the driver, then put the screw on it. Who was talking about dumb? I will out-dumb any and all of you. Look at that. Look at that. Now, what are the chances the big ape will remember that to remove this gearbox, you have to take that screw out first? Because if you try to remove that screw, it will just, they will bang heads. Oh, the tire venting. Always vented. Always. Yeah, I vent every tire. The only thing I changed on the Spider was shocks and tires. Yeah, and that's fully understandable. If you're going to change the tires, I 100% get it. Because just because a tire absolutely sings the song here doesn't mean that it's going to sing the song everywhere. Some tires are semi-universal, but I think semi-universal is about as good as we can get. I've definitely got my whole afternoon tomorrow cut out for me, which is doing this to mine, which I genuinely can't believe that I was so optimistic that I carried both rigs over here. This looks like it lines up pretty much perfectly. And I mean, and I only mean that in terms of the linkage is not sitting at an angle. There's no like tab on the inside of the linkage mount. Please, universe, please, just let me finish one thing today. Let me finish one thing today that somebody isn't going to be mad about. Like it's too much to ask. Mr. Matthews, it is going to Mr. Hurley himself in Virginia. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty darn close. I don't think that we forgot any bearings. I think we've forgotten a couple screws. But the screws are ultimately correctable. Because the screws that I've forgotten is like, I'm pretty sure I don't have the one in the bottom of the skid. We'll get there. The purple guy. So many leftover screws. We don't have the water door back yet because I don't know how much wire we can tuck. Well, now, because I'll have extra time, I can, I hope that lock nut clears. I don't think it does. I don't think it does. Now, I would prefer to have the lock nut. That's throwing too much. That's throwing too much. So what I'm doing is being very quiet over here. So we've got a crazy amount of endpoint. We've got 6% one way, 44% the other. It was engaging at 52. So this woo-hoo-hoo! This is definitely high gear. So I'll shift it into low, and it engages. It fully engages. So that means we probably have extra. So I'll go back into the other gear, and then I'll go, I usually go like 4% at a time, so I'll go down to 40, shift it back, still engaging. 36, still engaging. Still engaging. But now we're not pushing back far enough on the other way. Now, do we have any wiggle in this at all? No, that's still... I might have to recenter the horn. I don't want to recenter... Can I reach it? Oh! No worries. No worries. This is where the savers come in. Servo savers will help you a lot here because you can really fudge it. But sometimes it will stick in gear. That's good. That's still... Oh, praise him. Praise him. We have got to clock the servo. I can't believe I got that loose. So I'll be at this for a while. My base camp is slow as hell. Put your shame next to others with 2 speed. What can I get it to go faster? What change? Oh! So, if the question is, will changing to 3S, I believe that would mean that you're on 2S now. So your speed will increase by 50%. So whatever you've got in there now, it's going to go 50% faster going to 3S. Oh, this thing's... How down is it? Is he going to have to unbolt everything? Most certainly. You know what the worst part about this is? I have to do it again. Because I have to put a horn on mine and kick the saver out. But yeah, 3S will definitely make you a lot faster. 50% faster, some might even say. Okay, now I think I rotated it. If I make something look too daunting, know that it's just because I'm bumbling my way through it. Okay. I got myself in a position where I couldn't adjust enough endpoint in its stopped position. It was fully in low gear. It was fully in low gear. Where's the... Yeah, I heard it rotate. So it should... Hey. You put that thing in. Bosh. Now, what screw did I have in the servo? Should have been an 8, right? We'll find the other one later or not. If it's gone, it's probably gone forever. Okay. That's on too far forward. I could see it lean the whole gearbox. I don't think I can dial enough endpoint out. Ah, the joy. Yeah, I haven't worn cotton in ages. That's when my kid is like, that's because there's something wrong with you. And I'm like, I just don't like I like to say that I think I run hot, even though I have a low body temperature. My body temperature is like right around 97 degrees. If you take my normal temperature, it's like 97. So I don't get cold as fast. You'd think it would be the opposite, but I feel like I get hot faster. Is it that the linkage is too long? That's okay. And that's just locked out. No. I'm in too deep. That can't continue. I will make a terrible mistake by trying to mash it together. And I have to do another one. And I have to do another one tomorrow. I have to do them both. So, no. We stop right there. I wear whatever, like that, whatever that is, tech tees. All this stuff. I get a couple flatheads. I'm concerned as to where those came out of. We've got the new. Hey, I also run 97 and I have the same symptoms. Yeah. Like, it is 75 in here. I'm kind of hot. So I guess it's just counterintuitive. If you run a low body temperature, you'd think that you would get cold faster, but I don't get cold. I get hot faster. I'm guessing someone asked a boom racing question and I missed it because someone said best kit you will ever build. Neil Daniels said best kit you'll ever build is boom racing. They do really make a fantastic part. I will oh, there it is. Any experience with boom racing kits? I'm being seduced by the sheer prettiness and the need to build something with leaves. Do I need talking out of it? Boom racing axles. The BRX axles are those axles where they're not crazy expensive, right? It's not deluxe money. It's still cheaper than Vanquish, but man, do you get your money's worth. The boom racing axle can be set up leaf, can be set up link, can be servo on axle, can be chassis mounted. You have unlimited control over pinion angle, over caster angle. You can run normal gears, reverse gears, portals, non-portals, whatever you like. It's putting those BRX 80 portals together for Mickey was genuinely awesome. Because however you want to set it up, you can set it up that way. Like they're real good. They're real good. Now, they do charge you for it because there's a reason that I haven't finished my TI Fury. And that's because the wife saw it and she was like, oh, you're going to have to give me one of those. And I had to wait because I live like a school teacher. I get paid once a month. So I have to wait until I get paid to buy things. Because usually I've put so much money on PayPal buyer credit buying stuff in between payday that I spend half of my monthly money in the first 2 hours after getting paid because I've already bought all the stuff. So I had already done that and I didn't have enough surplus funds to buy her a Rainforest Challenge. Oh, it's the new one. I got the new, that's the newer Injora sticker sheet. I didn't have enough to buy another one. Now they're out of stock everywhere, except for the sons of bitches that are selling them for $800 plus shipping and tax and everything else, and you're over $900 by the time you get it home. That's crazy. So, if you want to see something that is crazy, look up the Boom Racing RC Rainforest Challenge rig, which when you go to its page, it says, you know what? We can be here for another few minutes, right? Nobody's hollered at me yet. We're still on time. Okay. Are you ready? The select few that are still here. Okay. All right. I mean, right? Okay. Boom Racing, BRX01 AWB linked, RC Rainforest Challenge Malaysia, $565. And you're like, yeah, that's a good deal. Front axle. Do you want portals? Well, obviously. Oh, $590. Do you want overdrive? Nah. But we got to do portal on the rear. Boop. Uh-oh. $615. Do we want weights? No, you know what? Let's see that we don't need weights. We don't, like, if we did, it can get real expensive. Transfer case. Do you want to dig? $35. We'll just go with a standard T case. We don't need that extra stuff. What do we need in the transfer case? Just standard. We don't need the big overdrive. Do we want shocks? We're going to go with the big bore coilovers because more oil on the trail is better. Springs, we're probably not going to need the softest springs because at that body, and you're going to see right here, well, we got to have it with the bed battery box and the smokestacks, right? 125. Whoops, 740. You know we got to have that bumper because I ain't going to make one myself. Skid plates? Might as well. If we weren't, we can save $50. You already see the price, right? We're not going to get a winch. The wife's never going to use a winch. But it's got to have lights on it. We don't have to buy tires because all of their tires are crap. But how are we gonna pass up getting a mystery box set of extra wides for a hundo? I mean, whoops. And they'll sell you a Fusion Elite for $100. So that's how that goes. $565. Or is it $1,100? And that's not all of the options. If you strip it down, the Porsche model of selling you a thing, or the Broncos, the Ford Broncos, the base model Bronco is like $37,000, and the top of the line Raptor SVT Sasquatch edition or whatever is $140,000. $100,000 in options. And that's where Boom Racing gets their model. I mean, because we're going to buy wheels and we're going to buy an Elite, right? We're saving money by getting the Elite. So, I mean, look at that thing. Would you? That's where the battery goes. It's got 80 millimeter shocks in the front and 90s in the back. Look at this. This is nonsense. Look at those shocks. I mean, come on. They do the work. Look at the little wheelbase slider on there. And because it's a truggy, you can have your wheelbase be whatever you want your wheelbase to be. Oh my. What is your thoughts on the Spectrum Rugged 5 controller? I was given one as payment for some work I did on a Rift. My advice would be find someone that likes it and trade it off to that person. There are plenty of people that like the Spectrum controllers just fine. I am not one of those people. One of the best things in my life is the Rugged is fine until you start buying receivers. Yeah, the receivers are $60 a piece. For the price of the receiver, you can buy this whole radio and a receiver. I wouldn't use a Rugged, even if I was going to be in the rain all day. I would rather put my hands in a plastic bag with the radio inside of it. They managed to ruin the scroll wheel. Like the scroll wheel on the DX5 it's unbelievable how tweakily it is. It's, for me, it's RC, it's Radio Links all day. It's Radio Links all day. What receiver is what? The Rugged isn't waterproof. It's splash proof, water resistant. I've seen a bunch of locals have issues with the menu selection button wheel. Yeah, it's infuriating. Yeah. I mean, here's you have it. So the best option is give it a try. Give it a try. And if it starts to frustrate you at all, you will be able to offload it. You will be able to trade it off or sell it, because I've met many people that love Spectrums, and this building is Spectrum free. No Spectrum here. I don't like them. So I am biased from the position of I love the ergonomics of this. It's not perfect. Right? But they thought of things like you can set it down like that. You can do it like this. You can do this for four-wheel steer. You can do this for trailing, which is excellent. You can attach a camera to the front of it. You can easily fit a 3,800 milliamp battery in the bottom of it, which will run for 6 months. This radio has far more going for it than it does against it. My thumb, see this little bevel right here? So that my monster thumb can go in there comfortably. Do you know how many radios don't have that? It's got good trigger feel, even though it's not adjustable. It's got good wheel feel, even though it's not adjustable. It can do 7 channels. There's way more to like, right? And I started off, my first radio that I bought for crawlers was a DX5C. It's not the worst radio I've ever held in my hands, but getting rid of it was one of the best things that happened to me. It really was. Are rookies' hands too big or too small? Because if they're too big, that's crazy. You got yourself some catcher's mitts. If you're too small, I can understand it. Speaking of thumb thingies, what is this? That is... Oh, he said the giveaway rig's on the drawer for it. Why, do you need one? Let me know. A guy who came over and visited designed these for me and then printed them. I think it says bread. I think it's a dread. I don't know. And I haven't seen him in a long while. So I can't get more. Maybe someone, we've got the 3D print people on the Discord. Maybe somebody else can whip one of these up. Oh, hey. You 3D guys, if any of the 3D guys are here, let me know. I will just send you one of these so that you can reverse engineer it, because I asked him about getting the file for it and he was like, yeah, I'll get it. And I legit haven't seen that guy in, it's probably a year. I haven't seen that guy in a year. So if I can get more of these made, because I would like some custom ones made. I would like one that is only half. Zoop. Just is half. Because on the trail rigs, see what happens? I want one that just has this much back here, so I can only adjust it up here, so that I won't accidentally do this out on the trail and mess with my cruise control. I must have gotten one of the last black ones. You did. All I have left are the ones that Mr. Hurley would say are green. All I have left are the green ones. Oh, MKRC is already on top of it. All right. Well, cool. So we've got it all sorted out then. We're going to do the things. I'm going to come back tomorrow after recording. I record 2 videos first thing in the morning, and then I have to do all of the work on that. And then I have to do all of the work on this, which is motor plate. He's got titanium kingpins and fire horse. We didn't get to the fire horse. He's getting the fire horse. So I've got, it's on the whiteboard. So it's official. It's gonna happen. Man, I can feel that coffee drink entering my veins already. It is a fire horse too, because 2026 is fire horse. I cannot wait. I'll put this in your head now so you can either think about it or forget about it. 2027 is the fire goat. 2027 is the year of the fire goat. 2028, I hope, I pray, somebody needs to come out. 2028 is the Earth Monkey. If you were a company, he meant the lever on your steering wheel. This thing? Oh, it's Red Spider. You can get it on Amazon. Yeah, Fire Goat's going to be amazing. If you, okay, imagine the Mias Gold Rush was not called the Gold Rush, but they called it the Earth Monkey, I would just buy it. Like, I would just buy it. That's just good name recognition. Earth Monkey. Mr. Hurley, 3005, etc., etc. Mr. Hurley's address is definitely in the address book. Mr. Turner will send me an email so that I can make sure to get it right. That is 2 rigs leaving the building on the same day, which is Monday. That one and this one. They're headed off to their forever homes. Space Monkey would be pretty good too, but Earth Monkey? Come on. What crawls on the rocks? The Earth Monkey. I will admit though, I'm looking more forward to Fire Goat. I can't wait for Fire Goat. Fire Horse is pretty good, but I think I like the horse better than I like the snake last year. You see all the flames on the 2026 Fire Horse 2026 special edition. Fire Horse is pretty good. So, I will see you all again in all the old familiar places. So, Mr. Marshall, my final note on the day. AGFRC every year does special edition servos, and the special edition servos are based on the Chinese zodiac. So this year is the Fire Horse. Last year was Year of the Snake, and I don't know what element the snake was. I would have to grab a rig that has one of the snake servos in and see what it was. And then next year will be the Fire Goat. So it's presumably we will get a servo with a flaming goat on it, and I'm ready. I'm prepared for it. So indeed, well and indeed, as we turn all of the things off, have a great weekend, everybody. And we will see you in the next one. No bonus video today. I don't think there is. I don't think there is. I'm trying not to do any more 11 video weeks because it really, boy, does that grind you down. So I will see you all in the next one. Touristas tomorrow. Reactor on Sunday. That's all I can remember. That's all I got for you. I will see you again real soon. I'm going to go get a coffee drink. It's going to be amazing.